your feet. Stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now. We go party till we black out. So get the fuck up. So cover and duck, you're out of luck, we don't give up. Yeah, we're going up, next floor is us, you're riding with us. We want you to get on your feet. Stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now. We go party till we black out. So get the fuck up.
said and done, figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground so we can fly again, so we can fly again. I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground so we can fly again, so we can fly again. So we can fly again.
more slowly than stationary particles. As strange and counterintuitive as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature.
on your feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, we go party till we black out. So get the fuck up.
the chance to run, leave behind the said and done, figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here
you right here beside me. I need to know I'm not alone. Now take it home as the night begins to fade away to yesterday. I wanna stay in this moment here. I need to know which way to go. Now take me home as the night begins to fade away to yesterday. I wanna stay in this moment here with you. In this moment here with you. In this moment here with you.
And it is slowly coming to the end for Project Cars 2. I'm your host, Mathew Duffin, joined in the commentary box tonight by a very, very special guest. It's that Bozzy boy, obviously on his season ban for this season and next season. He's helping us out in the commentary box as Dan is away. All we need on is the track map and the speedo, please, Bozzy, and that is all you have to do apart from change the cameras. We are here, though, night race at Brands Hatch. It's dark. The British roller coaster, as it is known, it's dark, it's twisty, it's up and it's down, and it is all over left and right. Very cold, cool conditions here tonight as well. And we're here at Brands Hatch. Liam, a British circuit back-to-back for the British circuits tonight. What are we expecting around the British roller coaster of Brands Hatch? Are we expecting carnage, great racing? Well, what do you think is going to come from the boys tonight?
Hopefully it'll be some nice clean racing, but you could never be sure around this track.
You can never be sure. Favourite to yours, one of the better British circuits, or?
No.
There we go then. Not a favourite of that Bozzy boys. Either way, though, we are here, we are live. It is the 7th of December, and my days, is it getting very cold. Good evening to everybody in the chat. As I say, Dan Davis, Christmas shopping tonight. He's got to get his late night shopping done. I hope he's buying me something nice. But either way, you will hear him in just a moment's time, because we are going to take you through the famous track guide that people have learnt to love this season and has grown on a lot of people. And Dan has done a cracking.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the penultimate round of the Simplay Motorsport Championship Series here on Simplay Motorsport. We're here at Brands Hatch, and obviously this is a night race, but due to obviously you guys wanting to see the action of the track guide, we'll bring you a live version as we will head a lap around in the Simplay Recora as we head towards Paddock Hill Bend. Into turn one we go, unsighted corner at first, but when you come around it then dips down into Hallwood Hill, as you see here, the Simplay Recora just trying to get the apex bang on and run a little bit wide as he then heads up towards turn two, which is Druids. A great overtaking opportunity into Druids into turn two, making sure you get a good exit as you head towards Graham Hill. As you see, it's going to be quite congested. It's quite a tight circuit here, not a lot of room for overtaking and not a lot of room for many cars to go side by side. Three wide as you go into turn one, but also it could cause chaos. That gravel trap nasty as the BMW and the McLaren go wide and lose out. The Acura staying to the inside and gives an opportunity to go up the inside, up into Druids. Like I said, on board with the Acura here. You see the Ginetta gets a great start, but there's very little room to maneuver and place your car as he nearly crashed into the Porsche 911, just trying to get into a comfortable position, having the inside so we have the advantage going up towards Druids. And like I said, it's going to get a little bit congested and chaotic as you go to the first couple of corners. But like I said, Paddock Hill Bend is definitely an overtaking opportunity. You see here the Acura goes down the inside and gets the job done on the Aston Martin to make sure that he has a great run towards Druids. If they fail to make a good run out of Clark Curve, it gives you a great opportunity to tack into turn one, especially the high-powered cars will have that opportunity to go down the inside into turn one. Also, if you manage to nail turn one and the car is slow out of it, you can up attack into Druids. As you can see here, down the inside, the Simplay Acura gets the job done on the Mercedes-Benz as they head towards Graham Hill Bend. But again, like you see here, the Mercedes just too much curb. We get the run down the hill and then we get alongside towards the inside of Druids so we can gain the position there. The cutback can be done into Graham Hill Bend, a tricky corner to get right. Make sure you don't take too much curve because the car will become unsettled as you head towards Cooper Straight up towards Surtees. A very difficult corner to get right. You have to be patient and possibly late apex it depending on what your car is set up to, but Surtees is definitely another overtaking opportunity here. As you see here on the Ginetta, down the inside and gets the job done. The Ginetta not able to get a good enough run so we can head towards Hawthorns Hill as you go down through there. Gets the great run out the corner and gets the slipstream off the back of the Porsche. Hawthorns Hill down towards Hawthorns Bend, turn 5. Make sure you get this section just right because it's such a difficult section to get right. Turn 6, Westfield Bend, over the curve, try and get the run through Dingledale. And then into Dingledale corner, turn 7, towards also, take as much curb as you can here as you head towards Stirling's Bend as well. Such a tricky section to get right, but if you do get it right, it's very, very rewarding as you head towards Clearways into the final section of this track, into Clark Curve and heading towards Brabham Straight. And it's like I said, there's a few opportunities that you just need to get right on the circuit because this Grand Prix circuit is difficult to get right. Hawthorns Bend, very easy to run wide and touch the grass, and then also as well this curb on the inside of Westfield Bend, very unstable at times and can make the car go wide, and if you touch the outside curb it will spin you around. And then how brave are you through Dingledale corner. Stirling's Bend has a slight bank into it, so you can carry a lot more speed into it than you think you can, but it can spit you just out as the Acura does. And then the real last overtaking opportunity is through Clearways into Clark Curve. You see here we just get our nose up on the inside of the Porsche 911 and get a great drag towards Brabham Straight and then into Paddock Hill Bend. And like I said, if you get that good run, it gives you an opportunity to fight into turn 1, but they can attack back. As we once again on board with the Acura, looking to the inside, we get a little bit of a nose ahead. The Porsche gives us space and we're able to get the traction and run towards Paddock Hill Bend. Also, something to look out is the pit entry. The pit line comes up quick. These two red cones, pit limiter on, and make sure you get that car stopped so you do not get a penalty. And just so people can see as well on exit, do not cross the white line. Here's the green cones. You can release the pit limiter and towards turn 1 you go, staying within that white line. And that is a run of Brands Hatch GP, the penultimate round of the season. Best luck to all the drivers here tonight. Here are your lap records, currently held by Andy in the Pro in both categories in Argent, and NJ in the BMW Z4 as well. Best luck to all the guys, and back to the guys in the comms.
As well as then the teams back at second place. It is absolutely all to play for at the moment. As Dan's saying, there is no commentary and that they cannot hear us, and that is because I left it on mute. So I do apologise there. You've not been able to hear a single word I have just said. I left it on mute. That is fantastic. Either way, we're here at Brands Hatch. We're here at the British Roller Coaster. Dan Davis there. What you didn't hear me say then was explain all the track guides, but you saw them on your screen. You don't need to see them again. What you do need to hear, though, is maybe the guys who are the multiple drivers, the multiple pole positions go the way of NJ, Andy, Gary 131 and Argent. The multiple winners are Argent, Daniel Francis von Orthodubs and Disco McDisco Face. And I did say that we don't see Dan say Merry Christmas very often. So Merry Christmas to Dan. Hope you brought me something nice. Liam is keeping your seat warm. Right then, Bozzy, as I've just said, there's battles happening all up and down the circuit. Not that the viewers heard us. Joe is having a terrible night at the moment, and Max Mulder not yet in as well. Right. Battles up and down the order, Liam, in the standings. Argent versus Shane for second place is turning into a fabulous one.
Yeah, it is. It's all right. I'm just concentrating on the chat and obviously being able to change through all of the drivers' perspectives. There we go. Can say it. Just so we can get a bit of equal showing for each driver.
As well, the battle for fourth place looming large. Ukbar currently has that position, but Monkey Boy Kelly not far behind him, and Dean mathematically still in with a good shout himself. Joey's as well, but Joe, you know, struggling with connection at the minute.
Yeah, I think I know Joe's had problems with internet ever since he's gone to uni, so nothing new for Joe, but hopefully we can get him in. For the top four though, obviously I'm gonna have to say we've got to have Dean get that top four for plenty of reasons. For example, beat Monkey, but by nature, with family and all, it's kind of got to, but it's going to be quite exciting to see where it's going to go.
It is exciting to see, indeed. Right then, championship standings coming up. We don't need to mute us for this time round. Here we go. It is Max Mulder then who is your champion. Nobody can catch him in this one. Argent though, 4 points clear of Shane in the championship, and looking at them timing screens, Shane a lot quicker than Argent at the moment. Ukbar down in P4, not here tonight. He will struggle to score points as that was a car bouncing off the wall. Monkey Boy then in 5th place. He is 6 points behind Ukbar. Kelly 2 points behind his teammate Monkey Boy on 191. Dean Wasocki then 19 points behind Kelly. Rabbit Joe, he's only 6 points behind Dean. DJ Phil Greener we're on board with is P9 on 143 points, a point clear of Leon Fernie, but Leon Fernie has a race 1 ban. Bryn, he's 135. Leon Fernie on a race 1 ban. You fancy Bryn to close that gap. Smithy 5 points behind him in P12. Welshie in 30th place. Bozzy Boy still classified in the championship on 71, tied with Tibbs. You imagine Tibb, obviously with Bozzy banned for the rest of the season, Tibbs is going to get above him tonight. And Stealth Sloth on 66. You fancy him to get above Bozzy Boy as well. In terms of the constructors and the SRL racing team, it looks a little like this. They're 127 points ahead of Audio Sport and 2 Old Pros, but tonight are 1 driver short, so I've got to get it done if they're to try and pull back a miraculous comeback in this constructors battle. Super Crash Bros though, they are only 5 points behind that of Audio Sport and 2 Old Pros. So Bryn and Shane really in good form at the minute. The SFA Acora team are a point behind them, and Terminal Velocity Racing will be eliminated tonight, but as probably will the Super Crash Bros and SFA Acora Racing, unless results go their way. Wakasaki Racing then P6, really now the 3 independent teams at the bottom. Wakasaki Racing 50 clear of MC Motorsport. I say independent team. Stealth Sloth is here tonight to help Walshy maybe close that gap, and Simplay Racing and Rabbit Joe on his own at the bottom. 108 drivers points left up for grabs and 188 constructors points left up for grabs. Bozzy Boy, around this very difficult circuit, tell us what you feel this car is, which car is going to be the better car to be in.
I think coming into this track it could be of any car, but I think you can't look away when it comes to the Porsches, obviously wanting to get that 50th race win. But I think the Audi could be quite a good shout for the track, and I think the Porsche as well being another good one for the track.
Well, that's what Bozzy's picks, and we'll keep our eyes out for that one. In terms of, like Bozzy said, Porsche going for its 50th win. Audi 4 off away from 50. It's 3 behind the Porsche. That's looking for race win number 50 as well. The Ginetta, it's got 4 races. Can it get 1 more pole position? As that will then take it to 50 pole positions this season. And it's nice, it's weird seeing Dan in the chat. You know, when Bozzy chat comments every now and again, I'm used to seeing that. Looking at my screen and seeing Unorthodox, it's very strange to see, but very nice to see. The last time I saw Unorthodox comment on a stream was Racing Unleashed in Switzerland, so that was a couple of months ago, and you know, different times, different sort of racing. That's the last time I saw Dan comment on a stream, so it is nice to see Dan in there, as well as Rabbit Joe, DJ Phil, PM Motorsport, Fury's Grandad, hashtag blame it on Bozzy. Indeed, that's why it was muted. Welshie in the chat. Peaceful Explosion. BC Gaming. Let's go Tibbs, he says. Good evening to Holty. Tracy as well, who's cheering on Tibbs, and Tibbs himself in the chat. Let's talk about Tibbs a little bit, Bozzy, before we come to the end of this session. Came in at Sakito. He's been fantastic, hasn't he? He's really sort of gelled straight away.
Yeah. I think he's quite a good driver from what I've seen. I haven't seen loads of him. I haven't really raced much of him, should I say. But from what I've gathered from him, he's quite an experienced driver. I think he's one of those favourites, but not one of the top lads, if you get me.
I'm with you. We have new stats for you as well this week, which we're going to look more at into next season. But hey, why not share a few stats out tonight? Audi can get closer to 100 podiums then. In terms of drivers, well, Argent's the closest to 50 podiums. Fury's then the closest to 100. Dan, 110 on his own, so we'll keep an eye on them stats as we go across the board. Obviously, no other appearances or wins or qualifyings for anybody tonight other than that Porsche 1 win and the Ginetta 1 pole position, as Bryn is in a wall facing the wrong way, and that is actually down Westfield and through towards Dingledell. Probably one of my favourite names for a corner, Dingledell. You got to love the British names. Knickerbrook's got a great story. We've then got Dingledell here at Brands GP. You've got to love the names of the British circuits. Right, Bozzy, I want to pick your brain. For 4 minutes left of this session. Rabbit Joe, 6th place. He's a previous champion back in Season 3 and a former teammate of yours. Just tell us a bit about Rabbit Joe and the way he drives, the way he approaches races, because we see Joe go from strength to strength at times. Obviously had a bit of problems this year with internet. Obviously he's taken that big step to university and in his personal life, and obviously going to make himself, you know, a better career choices in the future for himself and doing the right things. But as a driver, what is he like and as a teammate?
Proper picking at my brains here. He's quite a good teammate. I think he's very head down when it gets into the racing scenario. I think he's always thriving to be able to get the best out of the car and the best out of himself as a driver. I think, like we say, the internet problems isn't helping him, but he's having to try and manage the two together. So with university, should I say, university and doing the racing, I think it is quite a lot for him. But even with that, I don't think he's doing that bad, because he's been able to turn up. If he can't, he will try his hardest. But again, as a driver, he's always thriving for those podiums or even wins if possible, but sometimes not go in the way of the driver, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, indeed. And as well, obviously, you've teamed with Dean this season. Just talk us a bit through that one. Obviously, like you say, family, but to team with Dean, what's that like? Is that a different experience than teaming with Joe? What would you say there?
I think, should I say, it was a massively different scenario for me for that, as well as going from friend to other people and then to family. I can really tell the difference between the two, because I think there's more of a team orders, as I'm gonna say, when it comes to being in the team with Dean. But I think Dean's quite a skilled driver. He just doesn't always show the full potential that he is capable of. And
Dean's had one of his best seasons probably at Simplay Motorsport. He's taken 2 wins, and then it kind of dropped off for him, and he slowly started to come back and get some good top 5 finishes. What would you say Dean's got to work on, and Joe's got to work on as well? What would you say, if you had to pick a weakness that they needed to change, what would you say that is?
I think Dean's weakness is the hot-headedness. If he gets into even the slightest of an incident, he just loses all balance in his head and just ends up just dropping it and just not having the night he wants. Joe, again, another hard one, to be fair, but I think his weakness is most likely his internet, in all fairness. I think as a driver he's pretty much bang on. It's just he's not had the greatest of luck with internet at the minute.
Well, fair enough then. There was a little insight. Good evening to Fury's mum in the chat. Dan saying that he's a little legend. I'm assuming he's on about Tibbs.
Yes.
When we was discussing him then. Right, Shane, your quickest driver, 9/10 of a second clear of Monkey Boy, and that is fantastic from Shane at the minute, who's coming round, and we'll get one more lap in as Monkey Boy's car is having a boogie in the pit lane. And Shane will get one more lap in. And Dean Wysocki not yet been out for a lap on the track at the moment, so he's in the lobby, but he's not yet done a lap time in this practice now. Leon Fernie's not here for race 1. We hope to see him in race 2. He does have a race ban. He will be back for race 2, but not for the first race. In terms of KLF, Max very wide there through Hawthorns and into the wall. Max himself has a qualifying ban. Kelly has a qualifying ban. So he will be starting at the back of the pack. And Welchie all over the curbs there as he comes through Dingledale and back up the hill then towards the Sheen curve. Here's DJ Phil, 8/10 currently up on his lap. That'll put him up around the Welshie sort of area. Drivers all coming to the end. The only other driver is Bryn, I think, finishing his lap time at the moment. And Bryn, look, in the top 4. Argent's managed to go within half a second of Shane. And here's DJ Phil, then the last man to complete a lap. Monkey Boy still doing a little dance. As DJ Phil crosses the line and went... Yeah.
Or...
He's dancing in the moonlight, some might say. Is it Shane then the quickest man in practice at the minute from Argent and Monkey Boy? Well, Monkey Boy will be hoping to keep up that kind of momentum. Dean not then done a lap. The only man we didn't see in practice, so he wasn't able to judge Dean's pace. Right then, you want some more stats, Buzzy Boy, I hear you say. Max Mulder, our champion, in terms of getting pole positions, he actually gets pole position 26.47% of the time he has started a race. Now, obviously that stat seems a little low. Only a quarter of Max's races he gets a pole position. Let's not forget, Max hasn't been able to qualify for Q2 quite a lot of the time. So that is why he's not in that bracket, so to speak. In terms of, though, his race wins, well, when he starts a race, he also wins 26.47% of the time. So it is exactly the same for Max on wins and pole positions. The difference is Max can win a few more races and he can start on pole. You like them, don't you?
I do love those little facts and statistics. Gotta love them though. Gotta love them.
Dan's a fan. Dan is a fan. Good evening to Dean Wasaki and Peaceful Stepdad in the chat. Think Monkey Boy needs a penalty. So do I. Theory's granddad in the chat. Absolutely love that from you. He's just getting better and better every week. Now, according to my screen, Rabbit Joe has damage to the front of his car and no lights. But we know Project Cars likes to be a bit funny like this. Argent Welshie, Dean still all in the pits. Them three really want to get out. We need that speedo and that track map back. Bozzy is Max Mulder now on the circuit. And here he goes on his lap. So let's find the first man. Who's coming through Sterling's at the moment? Who's coming towards the last corner? Let's flick through every driver until we get to the one at the final corner.
I believe it might be Tibbs.
No, the one just in front of Tibbs now.
It
is Rabbit Joe. So let's stay on board Rabbit Joe as he comes into Paddock Hill Bend. Let's go the roof cam for this. Down Paddock Hill Bend, downhill he comes. You then see him rise uphill in towards Dingle Dell as Leon Fernie, hopefully he remembers he's got himself a race one band to Bozzy. I don't know if you just want to message him on the PlayStation very quickly if you can. Down then the hill towards Graham Hill Bend, left-hander. Try not to take too much curb but use all of the exit if you can. Now towards Surtees, a crucial corner to get right. You can late apex this as Rabbit Joe, you see there, absolutely does. Nail back on the power as you now head down towards Pilgrim's Drop and Hawthorne Hill. Down the drop you come now of the Pilgrim's Drop. You see there the rise of Hawthorne's Hill before it's a quick dab on the brakes. Down a gear or two. Back on the power for Hawthorne's. A short straight before you head to Westfield. The curbs here are very, very dangerous on the curb at Westfield. 1, 2, try not to use the outside. Dingle Dell, that flat out right-hander, you don't even know it's there. Now, uphill, Sheen curve. Try and be as greedy as you can over that. Watch the bump now on the curb. Short straight again, Sterling's. Real tricky one to get the power right here in the exit, as you can spin the rear of the car up. Now you head towards Clearways. And this could need you to give you the best run possible to get down the line. Back on the power. Joe goes now through Clearwaves. You see this little bend here, the Clark curve. It's nothing. It's flat out. Normally, you'll stay as close to the pit wall as possible. Rabbit Joe sets the benchmark of a 24.7. But Max Mulder is the man who is purple sector 1. Shane is purple sector 2. I don't know. I believe, Buzzy, you still messaging Leon Fernie at the moment? No.
I was trying to remember who it was. I had a buzzy moment.
Well, that's fine. You keep doing the cameras. I'll send him a message on the Discord.
So I apologise for that. You know what?
Although he is still in the pit, so that's good at the moment. He's still in the pit lane. He cannot qualify or start. So we'll keep an eye if he comes out the pit. Shane then goes provisional pole with a 23.9. Max didn't go purple sector 2. As Shane did. So where's Max Mulder then as he comes to the line now? Any improvement on his time? Goes P2, some 7 seconds off the back of Shane. Argy Bargy is now purple in the first sector. And down towards Hawthorne's he comes for his flying lap. Who is coming towards the line? Dean Wasaki's coming towards the end of his lap, as is CC Smithy here then, who goes P6 at the moment. Where's Dean Wasaki? Possibly the next car to finish the lap. Indeed it is. Behind him then might be Rabbit Joe on his next lap. As Dean crosses the line, goes P6. Back to Rabbit Joe we go then. And then we'll jump to Argy Bargy. Here's Joe. He's on a green lap, so a personal best lap at the minute for Rabbit Joe in this one so far. To the line he comes now. Shame for pole, says Dan. I kind of have to agree with that one. Rabbit Joe goes back into second. Argy Bargy then. Next man to cross the line. Then I think it's either Bryn or Monkey Boy. We'll find out in just a moment. Argent to the line. Where's this going to put Argent? Only P3 at the minute. Right, to Bryn, I do believe. Or maybe Monkey Boy. It is not Bryn, so possibly Monkey Boy will stay with Bryn. It is Monkey Boy. There we go. P6. He stays P6, even though he improves. Bryn's currently 5th place. Bryn to the line now. Goes across it, stays P5. The car behind in the background, that was his teammate Shane. And Shane's come to the line. No improvement there for him. DJ Phil, I think, was the next man to the line. It is indeed. And behind DJ Phil is that of Max Mulder. DJ Phil to the line. And goes P8. Max Mulder back up into 2nd place. We're trying to keep up with the drivers crossing the line. There is another one. Stealth Sloth's now P11. Smithy is the next car to cross the line, so we'll keep our eyes on that one. Someone's exiting the pits. Hopefully that's Argy Bargy. I believe it is. Yes, as Smithy improves, goes P9 at the moment then. Next man to cross the line is, I believe, Dean Wasocki once again. No improvement from Dean, just down on his best. Can he get a couple more runs in? 4 minutes left here. Monkey Boy, the next car to cross the line. I'll keep my eyes as best I can on sector 2 times and see who is the man behind him. I believe it was Bryn last time. Monkey Boy 2/10 up though, and that would be enough to put him on the back of Bryn. Not close enough at the moment. It will be Bryn who will go sector 2 next time, and then it's Shane. So Bryn, then Shane at the moment, and then Rabbit Joe. So we know who we're on at the moment. In fact, we don't do Joe. Joe's on an outlap. Monkey Boy then to the line he comes now. Can he keep up on his improvement of his time? Finds 4/10, goes P5. What about Bryn then? The car behind. Does Bryn go back in front of Monkey Boy? No. What about Shane behind? Does Shane improve any? No. Right then, Rabbit Joe. Who's behind Rabbit Joe, I wonder? That is DJ Phil. The car behind Rabbit Joe. DJ Phil, then, that looks to be Welshie or Stealth Sloth. That is Leon Fernie leaving the pit, so I'm now going to have to send him a message saying that he has a qualifying and race 1 ban. Welshie, though, down in P12 at the moment.
Definitely different doing the cameras again. Trying to keep up.
Yeah, it should be a bit easier in the race, obviously, with all the little bits that's going off. Where is Leon? There. He's clearly not saw the Discord. Sorry, Bozzy, you're just going to have to keep us up to date, man, while I'm just messaging Leon Fernie.
Dean just goes 3/10 quicker, now in 8th position for the qualifying, and we will see who's next to go across the line. I believe... Here we go. We've got to go through. I believe it's Monkey Boy next to go across the line. So we're going to see what kind of lap time he can do, if he can go any quicker. Only 5/10 off of Argent. Can he get that 5/10? No, he's 2/10 down. I believe the next car is Bryn. We're going to see if he can go any quicker going across the line. No, he's down.
Yeah, no improvement. Stealth Sloth, Dean and Shane leave the pits. Tibbs, he's had a spin. Down in 10th place at the moment is Tibbs. As where's the champion at the moment? Max Mulder. Oh, that's not the best run through there for Max. Joe.
Whoa.
Off at Paddock Hill. So Max compromising his run. Joe's off. Exit Tibbs has had a moment. Dean Wasocki's on an outlap. Leon Fernie goes back to the pits. Hopefully he gets the message. Right, Argy Bargy. Car behind him, I do believe, is Tibbs. It is indeed, but we know Tibbs has had a spin this lap. Argent, find a couple of hundredths, goes ahead of Joe. No, can't find anything. Joe's in the pits, Smithy's in the pits, Phil's in the pits. So that means at the moment that they will not get another lap in. They are done for qualifying. Right. We'll just stick with a couple of drivers now. Monkey Boy is the first one. Then we know Bryn behind him. So, can Monkey Boy find that half a second he needs to get on Argent? At the minute, Liam, Ferrari, Audi, Porsche, Acura.
Well, two of them being the ones that I said for a shout. Ferrari, I'd say, is very much like the Porsche, so I should have really put that in there as well. But
as Monkey Boy improves there, DJ Phil came out the pit lane ahead of Monkey Boy, and DJ Phil cannot get another lap time, and he's left it too late. So for Phil, Bryn's done. So Bryn's done. Leon Fernie disconnects. Hopefully he'll be back. Well, he should be back for race 2. Shane will get one more run. Stealth Sloth in the background should get one more run. Oh, Monkey Boy! He's in the wall. Max here then. Argent, let's go to Argy Bargy's purple middle sector. as he comes into the final corner. We'll then find the car that's next to Druids and stick with that. I think it was Dean Wasocki. But here comes Argy Bargy then to the line. Any improvement? He does improve.
Yes!
It goes provisional pole. Argy Bargy by half a tenth goes P1. It is not Dean Wasocki. It is Shane in sector 1 who set a green first sector. Right then, Argent's pitted as well. He's backed out of it. Argy Bargy on for provisional pole this season. He's only had 2. He's looking for his 3rd one. This will help him in the fight with Shane in the championship. A lot of drivers in the pits. There's 3, 4 left on laps. That is Shane, Max, Dean and Welshie. Shane up by a tenth here. He needs to nail this. Purple middle sector. Here comes Shane for him to be on provisional pole while the rest do their lap time. Max isn't setting the timing screens alight here. No improvement in the first sector. Here comes Shane out of the final corner for pole in the race of round 21. Is he going to take it? Yes, he does by 2.5 tenths. Max Mulder's in the wall. His session is done. Dean and Welshie pit. Shane is on pole.
Well, that was a very interesting last few laps by the lads on the track at the minute. Wow, there was quite a lot that happened there.
Quite a lot that happened indeed. That is Shane's 2nd pole position this season. Then what a drive, what a start for him. No 25th pole position then for the Ginetta. Stovsloff will start 12th, Kelly 13th, Monkey Boy up there in P5. That's good qualifying for him. A good run there. Max, so only managed 3rd place in that one.
Wow, I can't comprehend what's just happened there.
So that then is your session done, and by 2.5 tenths. And look at that, he was all in the middle and final sector to Argy Bargy is where Shane found it. But row 1, Shane and Argent. Row 2, Max and Rabbit Joe. Row 3, Monkey Boy and Bryn. Row 4, Smithy and Dean Wasocki and Akora. Row 4. Row 5, DJ Phil and Welshie. Row 6, Exit Tibbs and Stovsloffen on his own. On row 7, KLF. Liam, your tip for the race win?
I've got to say Shane.
Oh, we've lost Tibbs.
Shane. Oh, no.
We've lost Tibbs from the race.
So we're 1 driver down.
So we hope Tibbs will get back in for the 2nd race. That, though, means that Ferrari now have more pole positions than the Acura / Honda. And for Shane himself, that puts him on 2 pole positions as well. What a shame for Tibbs. But that then means then that Tibbs, who qualified 11th, we delete that one. Kelly now gets a P12 and Stovsloff gets 11th. That does everything for the averages. And, yeah, what a shame, because Tibbs was right up for this one as well.
It is. Like you say, hopefully he can get back in for race 2, but...
He'll be able to qualify for race 2. That's a bonus for him, I suppose.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to get pole for race 2 and be able to just annihilate everybody.
Right, Shane then. 2nd pole position of his career. Can he turn that into win number 5 of his career? Argy Bargy or Caroline, as we also know him, is up for his 8th win of his career. Shane, 4 wins this season. Argent, 1. Max, though, sits P3 at the minute. Do not count Max out. Who's your tip for the race win, Buzzy?
I said Shane, mate.
There we go then.
It is very hard to go past him after that qualifying. Just 1 lap, and he was able to just snag it back off of Argent again in a lap. Managed to be able to beat Shane, but he was having none of it.
Well, let's see what we can do. 24 laps. The pit window opens at the end of lap 10. At the end of lap 6, sorry. Wow, that's a long pit window. The end of lap 6, the pit window opens. And who is going to do what? As for round 21, we sync up. The lights come on. The revs rise. And it's green and go. Rabbit Joe gets an absolute blinder. Argent manages to cover him off. Max didn't get the greatest to start. Monkey Boy as well, plodding his way through the pack. Argent looking up the inside at Paddock. He'll bend on Shane, but Shane's already done. There's a spinner in the background. I think that's Monkey Boy. We've caught up with Smithy and Dean Wasocki as well. And through the pack, Dean's tumbled down to 12th place. It was indeed Monkey Boy who had a spin. Rabbit Joe looking up the inside of Max. Max going to try and fight him back into Graham Hill Bend. Up the inside comes Max Mulder. Thank you, Mama, for the carrot job. job done easy. P1 at P3 on this first lap. Dean and Monkey Boy down to the back of the pack. Kelly back from 12th place already up to 7th. Avoided the carnage that was in front of him. And now there you see Smithy very wide through Surtees. Tibbs pressing return to race central button. That's why we lost Tibbs. Bryn then on the back of Rabbit Joe now towards Hawthorne. Shane, Argent, Max, Joe, Bryn. Top 5 have all pulled away and got a good gap already, Bozzy.
Yep, that was a interesting start, especially from the two at the back, Monkey and Dean. Maybe Monkey just starting to lose it a bit and didn't want to get beat by Dean.
I think he had a spin. I think Dean and Smithy came together. I think that's what we saw. Bryn then really hassling the back of that Porsche. Bryn this season has really looked up for this. Monkey Boy now hunting down after DJ Phil. What's happened to Welshie and Stealth Sloth? The two MC Motorsport boys have dropped to 12th and 11th. Please tell me the teammates haven't had a coming together, but Dean and Monkey Boy gained 2 more places. Kelly still P6 at the minute. Back to Shane and Argent at the front of the pack though. Look at the gap, 0.2 of a second. As well as Bryn and Joe. The top 3, by the way, are all gapped. Bryn, who's got past Rabbit Joe by some time. And what has happened to Shane? He's lost out to Argent. He's lost out to Max Mulder. So as his teammate gains on Rabbit Joe, Shane drops down to 3rd.
Wow. It looks like Shane may be struggling then, as Argent has just snagged it straight back off of Shane and is now leading the race.
Monkey Boy's got himself around a DJ Phil we see on the standings there. Bryn now trying to hunt down after his teammate Shane though. Hasn't gave this one up on the back of Max Mulder. Down Hawthorns they come. They're going to be getting an almighty slipstream. But Hawthorns a very tricky part of this track to overtake. There we go back to Dean Wasocki and Stealth Soft. Dean now gaining on the back of his former teammate of Season 2 and Season 3 from the McLaren days. Just to say Bryn was purple sector 1 through that first sector. So Bryn really on it. No, he's not now. He's made a mistake through Dingledell. What a shame for Bryn then. As he now has to recover on the back of Shane once again.
These two are having quite a little battle at the minute. The top 3 actually quite close to each other.
And they've got a good gap back to Bryn as well. Argent quickest on the last lap. There you see Shane lost a second nearly to Argent. So that must have been then maybe through Paddock Hill or Druids. Max having to get off them curbs, didn't like that then. And he, very twitchy into Druids is Max and allows Shane to tuck underneath. But Max will have that inside line for Graham Hill. And Max not looking at his most comfortable tonight.
No,
track limits and off, round, off. Max Mulder, very wide, he ran the track limits, he's over the curb and round he goes. He's now going to make sure he joins in a safe manner. He awaits for Smithy to get through, he stays left and Max is down to P5. Kelly though is trying to get on the back of him. He's got his teammate coming. Dean Wasocki has got past Phil, so has Stealth Sloth. And now Rabbit Joe once again attacking the back of Brinsley. These two was nearly teammates back at Donington Park for last season. And now Bryn on the grass, wider Hawthorns in towards the Sheen curve. I do believe that one may have got mixed up there. No, into Westfields. And Bryn holds on to that place.
Wow. A lot happened there as well.
I think Bryn's wide. Again. No, maybe not. Maybe just a camera angle. What's happened to Argent? Shane has a 2.5 second lead. Argent is right there in front of Bryn.
He's just basically... Argent has literally just gone straight.
Does he have any damage? Let's see. On the front of Argent's car. I don't think so. No, there's nothing on the rear. No, we stay on the other view, on the track side. And we'll see as he comes through Druids then, if there's any damage to the front of that car. It looks intact. Maybe just ran a little wide then, but Argent 3 seconds behind Shane now. Max still 6th place at the moment. Smithy up in 5th. And Dean's lost out to Stealth Sloth somewhere, so Dean's had another mistake.
They're not going the way that Dean wanted, but it is what it is. Racing, stuff happens, and you've just got to try and run with it.
Indeed you have. Pit window opens at the end of lap 6. Here comes Rabbit Joe then. Feel like Joe's been glued to the back of Bryn's car all this race at the minute. We're only 4 laps in.
Yep, got a bit of sellotape stuck to the back of it, keeping him trailing behind.
Yeah, he must have picked some up when he was shopping today. Obviously the Christmas period. So a lot of sellotape on sale at the moment, wrapping all them presents up. And he'd love a present of a podium, would Rabbit Joe. What he'd really love is the race win to get Porsche's 50th. Joe and you obviously came in the Porsche. And I'm sure Joe would love to get that 50th win for the Porsche as Project Cars 2 comes to an end. A bit of a slide through Sterling's there as they head down towards Clearways now. Shane 4.2 out front. He is flying.
Yep, you can never look away when it comes to Shane. I think Shane's one of the more developed drivers.
Me and I have to agree with you, Bozzy. Me and Dan said last season, and I think I said it to yourself, Shane will be up there this season. He'll get wins. He'll be up there in the championship. I tipped him for one of the surprises. Bryn all over the curb. Rabbit Joe, a huge slide. And I believe he saved it. Cameraman picks him up. Yes, he has. Max and Smithy now starting to get a bit close. Let's go back to that battle. But I said to you, Bozzy, didn't I, last season, as Max up the inside of Smithy. Thank you, Mama, for the carrots. Job done. He says, Smithy, going to fight it back, though. I said to you, Bozzy, Shane will be up there this season, fighting for wins, fighting for podiums, maybe in that championship hunt.
Yeah. Hopefully, he'll be able to do this well when we go to ACC.
Oh, Bryn! Bryn's dropped in the present. Santa's come early for Rabbit Joe and gifts him a podium at the moment early on in the race. But for Bryn, he's in the wall. Lap 5. Dean now the next car to him, but he's nowhere near him. So it's now Max back up to 4th. Smithy 5th. Monkey Boy's ahead of Kelly for 6th. Kelly 7th place at the moment. And Rabbit Joe, can he get on the back of Argenton Shane and maybe get that podium? Down at the back, Stealth Soft DJ Phil, they're within close company of each other.
And as we were saying earlier, it would be quite nice for Joe to be able to get a podium, and he's actually on the podium at the minute. A good 5-second gap. Yeah,
I'm sure he'd love that race win. DJ Phil has just got past Stealth Sloth, and that's been done for P10. Dean got past DJ Phil tonight. We didn't see that one. I'm sure Tony was eagerly keeping his eyes on that one. As Dean, P9 at the moment. And he was on for a P4. He's not tested as much as he normally does this week. And Liam, you know him more than me. Does not testing for Dean hinder Dean a bit?
Yes, definitely yes. I think, especially near the beginning of the season, he did a lot of testing and it's really paid off for him. And ever since then, he's not tested as much, and ergo, his finishes have plummeted.
Monkey Boy gaining on the back of Smithy then in this race. Kelly not got the pace at the moment, down in the 29s. I wonder if he's made a mistake last lap. Dean. Oh, Monkey Boy, bit of a mistake. Surely he'll let Kelly go. Kelly's more up to speed than Monkey Boy. No, Kelly sticks behind, so maybe Monkey Boy got it back up to speed then just in time. Dean then lapping in the 26s. That is good enough for running in the top 4 at the moment, but he's down in 9th place. The pit window, though, Bozzy, opens at the end of this lap, so they can pit as from now.
So we'll see if anyone decides to pull the trigger any earlier than anybody else. I know Dean spoke to me today in saying that he may go early for a pit stop, so we might have to keep an eye out for him to do an earlier pit stop.
He loves a late pit stop. It took me and Dan by surprise when he pitted early this week, but I tell you what, an early pit stop here, get it out of the way. It's a long race. Give yourself more laps to maybe get yourself in. Now, how many people have tried the pit entry? I'm not surprised by this one.
Kelly already going?
Yeah, this one does not surprise me. Kelly, an early pit stop. Well, you couldn't have wrote that. Tricky pit entry. Now, let's go down to Bryn. Bryn in as well. I'm not surprised by that one. What about Dean Wasocki then? Does Dean think of bringing it in the pits? No. What about DJ Phil? Does he think of coming into the pit lane? No. We don't. Yes, sorry. I went too early there prematurely. Stealth Sloth carries on his way. Welshie then, has he got damage? Because he is well off the pace at the moment.
It looks like he may, as one of his brake lights are actually out from the rear view.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Welshie is in, and so Welshie in to get his damage repaired, and in comes Welshie. Rabbit Joe then. He's actually sticking with Argent and was only half a second slower. Argent lost 7/10 to Shane on that last lap. Max, half a second quicker than Rabbit Joe as well, but he's some 5 seconds behind at the minute, so it's hard for Max to maybe gain on Shane a little bit. Now, Kelly and Bryn have come out in traffic of Stealth Sloth. Let's go back to Stealth a minute, because there is Kelly and Stealth side by side down through Pilgrim's Drop towards Hawthorne Hill. And Kelly, easy as you like past Stealth Sloth. Job done. Bryn next for Stealth. Good move from Kelly out the pits. Get the moves done early.
Yes, that's what you want to get done, as with it only being the 24 lap race, as you would know, Matt, with doing like endurance stuff before. It's a lot different when you're in a race like this. It's stealth off. I think he saved it. With doing endurance stuff yourself, you know that the positions don't mean as much in something like that. But in a race like this, positions mean everything if you can get them.
Sprint race, half an hour, get them done early. This is where Dean comes under scrutiny at times for pitting too long, doesn't he? By playing the long game in a short sprint race. Smithy's pitted then and comes out P7, just ahead then of Kelly as Max up the inside. Not for position, no, that's to put a lap on Welchie. So Welchie a lap down now, but Smithy down towards Welchie have all pitted, apart from Stealth Sloth.
The Stealth Sloth may be coming in soon. As you can see here as well.
Has Argent had another... I think Argent has had a mistake, and Joe definitely has. Joe's now 4th. So Max is on the podium. I think Argent's had another mistake here because Shane is now 12 seconds in front. Argent pits. End of lap 8, Argy Bargy in.
Is it going to be a quick one? Is the question now. We'll see.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's average. It's bang average. It's getting worse. It really is getting worse. He's gone now. Rabbit Joe pitted as well.
Oh.
At the end of lap 8.
There we go.
Joe's in.
Is he out? Not yet.
As Dean goes by, takes control of that P5 and passes Argent. Dean's now running in 4th place. Argent just off the limiter. So Argent and Joe 5th and 6th at the moment. Maybe looking for the undercut on Max. Right, lap 8 to 24. When do the others think of pitting? Oh, bit of a wiggle. Oh, now that is strange for Welchie there. Bit of a wiggle. And then just lost the car. Max running P2. He's also now lapped DJ Phil. Shane, 14.9 seconds up the road. Shane is on another planet at the moment.
Yep.
I tell you what. Actually, look here. Stealth Soft's in the pits. Rabbit Joe has come out. He's had a bad stop. He's only just come out ahead of Smithy here.
Wow.
So, not the best pit stop for Rabbit Joe then?
No. Obviously, if I'm correct, everyone in front of Argent are...
yet to pit. So top 4 need to pit. Right. Dean, just under 3 seconds, 2.4 to Argent. If I was Dean, I'd probably bring it in now so that let Argent go. Argent's not Dean's fight. I'd probably bring it in now to not lose time in a scrap. But hey, Dean's running his own race, so we'll see what Dean does. We will keep an eye on Rabbit Joe and Argent. Any other battles on track? Kelly's getting close to the back. Monkey Boy's in, end of lap 9.
And Dean is in now.
Yeah, Dean follows, so I think that's a good choice from Dean. I think that's wise from Dean there. Argent's catching him. He's not in Argent's fight. Get your pit stop done. Monkey Boy, cracking stop. He's already away. Where's Rabbit Joe and Smithy? There's Rabbit Joe. There you see the lights of Smithy. Go on board Smithy. And as the camera pans, there's Monkey Boy. Has Monkey Boy got ahead of Smithy? He's on the inside. And Smithy gets back ahead. So Monkey Boy does not jump Smithy then, but stays ahead of Kelly and Bryn. And this could be an interesting scrap between these two. Bryn and Kelly in the background as well, having a good little fight. Dean coming out the pits. He's now got free traffic and is in clear air ahead of Stealth Sloth, DJ Phil and Welchie.
Well, there's your pit stops pretty much done then, if I'm correct.
Yep.
I think,
Top two need to pit. And Shane, by the way, Shane is at turn 1 as Dean is at Druids. Dean's 9th. Shane is at turn 1. Max is only just coming through the final corner. 16 seconds Shane has on Max. And these two both have to pit here. Shane is flying. Shane is flying. Yeah. Back to Monkey Boy and Stealth Soft though for P6 at the moment. P6 and 5. Smithy having a cracking race for P5 at the minute.
Yeah, he is. And he's going to be very eager to be able to keep getting those positions up and up. With obviously in that battle. Was that a bit
Kelly?
Of contact?
I'm not too sure there.
A bit of contact there.
Just going to look back on the on my tablet next to me, on my switch next to me, and see if there was. I'm not sure. I think there was a gap between Bryn and Kelly. Yeah, big gap. Now, I think Kelly has a wiggle on his own. I don't know if Bryn gives him a bit of a tap as they come through, but Kelly was definitely having a moment coming up through the Sheen curve. So Bryn ahead of Kelly then. That's for 7th and 8th. Kelly lapping a 29.4 last lap. Oh, Monkey Boy's had a slide. And does this give Bryn another opportunity of getting through?
We will see in a second.
It does. Bryn's through. Kelly nearly got through. So Bryn is up to 6th place now and can hunt down after Smithy. And the Audio Sport and 2 Old Pros are maybe just having their constructors title come under a bit more pressure by SFA Acora and the Super Crash Bros. 12 started this race, which means the top 6 cannot qualify at the minute. And Dean, on his outlap from the pits, was only 3 seconds slower than Kelly. Last time round, he gained 2 seconds on Monkey Boy. So Dean really can start to put the foot down now and get that pace coming up. Although, he's got Shane behind him. Now, if you were Shane, I'm surprised Shane didn't pit there, knowing that he's gaining on traffic. Get your pit stop out of the way. He's halfway through the race. You know, he's gaining on Dean. What's Dean doing?
Goes to the side.
Dean's letting him through. Oh, Dean, he's lost all that time by going on the grass. Dean doesn't need to let him through. The rules say you can't defend the driver. You don't have to let them through. Dean there has lost all that time he's gained on letting Shane through there then. So he's back to 20 seconds behind Kelly. Back to the battle with Smithy then.
Oh,
into team battle there. Stealth, Sloth and Welchie into team battle. Oh, Stealth, very
wide.
Very wide.
Ooh.
Oh, and comes in front of his teammate here. Yeah. They've got to be careful. Rabbit Joe's coming in P4. Back to the Smithy and Bryn battle. Let's take a look at that one. Because Bryn's right there. Monkey Boy's gaining on Bryn. Oh,
well.
yeah, that's a little wide. That's a strike for Bryn and Stealth.
You're going to have to be very careful of track limits as well.
That's pretty much the only place, I think, with track limits where you can keep it pinned. We saw Max spin there, so it is easy. Speaking of Max, 19 seconds behind the leader. He comes into the pits. Right then, where is Argy Bargy? I don't think he's close enough. Right, we'll stay on Argy Bargy. Watch for that white dot to start moving on the track map that's in the pit lane. It starts moving now. Right, keep on Argy Bargy. As they come round clearways, Argent gets a good exit. Now, Max will be off the limiter. Now.
Yep.
There goes DJ Phil. Here comes Argent. Does he commit into the corner? No, he doesn't. He now then has to get Max. While Max is warming his tyres, that's DJ Phil off. And Argent runs very deep on the exit of Paddock Hill, and you cannot make this up. Right, Welchie and Stealth Sloth now have a chance of getting past DJ Phil.
Well.
Bryn on the back of Smithy, who's got Monkey Boy on the back of him. There's Phil. Joe is in the middle of this battle for positions while he's trying to lap them. Stealth up the inside of Phil. That is a great move from Stealth Sloth. DJ Phil has to stay out wide to let Joe through. Welchie fancies a bit of this as well. Up the inside of DJ Phil. Welchie takes 11th place. That's a great move. Phil's coming back at him. Welchie knowing the Porsche has the grunt. Shane, end of lap 13. In the pits he comes. Oh, what a bit of racing that is. Joe navigating his way through the traffic, and these three having an awesome scrap.
Yeah, he's going to want to try and keep himself out of this because it could become hairy as well.
Oh, the teammates! The teammates have made contact. And they've got to be careful because here comes Bryn, Smithy, Monkey Boy, Kelly. Well, she pulls it back. Heart in mouth moment for them four there. But wow, the teammates make contact. I think they've both lost their rear wing. Bryn, though, has got past Smithy somewhere.
Wow, that was very interesting.
Very pro-am, I think we'll call it. Just as Welchie and Stealth Sloth got past DJ Phil. They come together. The question is, I saw Stealth Sloth had no rear wing. I think Welchie did as well. Let's just go and double check. Yeah, both of them. No rear wing.
Yeah.
And
no.
Only one can pit at a time. Online Championship would make Welchie do a drive-through. So who gets the call there? Right then, Dean to Kelly. Dean was a second, put 1.3 quicker last lap. He's got the gap to 19 seconds to Kelly and has 11 laps to gain that time. She's got 11 laps to gain 11 seconds, effectively a second a lap he needs to take out of Kelly. So game on Dean Wasocki. What did he do last lap? Wow, Dean nearly 2 seconds quicker. So Dean Wasocki, best lap of the race there as Welchie moves to the gravel. Right, we'll stay with this fight for a moment. Bryn has gone down the road. He is some 7 seconds behind Joe. He'll look to gain on Rabbit Joe in this one. And here comes Monkey Boy on the back of Smithy, down Pilgrim's Drop, up Hawthorne Hill, round Hawthorne Corner. Smithy keeps the position.
Really going for it, Monkey Boy, is he's really
Yeah.
in those positions.
He really is. I wonder why. And Smithy here is defending like an absolute demon at the moment.
Yeah. I know, obviously, just before the race, he was saying the last time I commentated on him, he won a race. It would be nice to see him do it again for this week.
Yeah. Possibly race 2 at the moment. Stovsloff still...
Yeah.
In fact, Stovsloff's leaving the pits now, so Welshie will be able to pit. Dean to Kelly then, still some 19 seconds. We'll keep our eyes on that timing, on the timing screens. We'll stick with this battle for the moment. Although Joe's getting close to Argent as well so far. Right, gap out front, 16.5 seconds. What a drive. No, Shane has pitted.
Oh, has he now?
Pitted at the end of lap 13. That's how big a gap Shane had.
Wow.
Smithy, little wide at Druids, and that gives Monkey Boy a look, but only a sniff of the carrots, not the full carrot itself. As the Acora doing a terrific job. Smithy a little wide at Surtees and comes back into the apex there then. Oh, he's wide on exit. Does this give Monkey Boy a chance at the full carrot? He does.
Yes.
And he's through into P6. Smithy then drops down to 7th. KLF will be looking to maybe make a move on him now. Welshie into the pit lane as Dean last time around lost nearly a second to Kelly.
So Dean not doing
Just that inconsistency maybe just creeping in a little bit.
He may have. Well, obviously we were talking about the weaknesses of drivers, and I think maybe it's kicked in for him.
Still 19 seconds, but only now with 10 laps to go, nearly 9 laps to go. And in fact, he's been lapped by Shane, has he not? No, because Shane pitted, so Dean's unlapped himself. So yeah, either way, top 6 can't qualify. Smithy, Kelly, Dean, Stealth, Welshie, Tibbs and Leon in the next race will all be able to qualify. Welshie's in for his rear wing. His teammate gets through and goes into 11th place. And Shane is halfway around the lap. Here is Smithy then. He's now got to watch himself for Kelly. Joe, 3 seconds off the back of Argent. Argent and Max lapping similar, so that's not going to help Argy Bargy. Bryn, 9/10 slower than Joe last time around. What a frantic race, Liam. 16 laps in, and what action we've seen already.
Yeah, there's been quite a lot of happened during this race. As PN says, it's what happened between Stovsloff and Walshie. Bit of a Hamilton and Rosberg kind of thing. PK, Mansell, Senna and Prost. But that's one thing, and that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what's happening in this race so far.
Yeah, if you say so. Top 3 all lapping in the 25s. Max 2/10 quicker than Shane on the last lap. Argent lost 4/10 to him though. Smithy on the grass
and in the wall.
And in the wall, round he goes, and that gives Kelly some more points. They're lapping DJ Phil. What that does do is that'll give Dean Wysocki a bit of a chance to get closer to Kelly. Dean back in the 26s, so was 1.1 quicker than Kelly. And again, 26, 28, 26. Doesn't sound bad, but when you're trying to hunt down a car in a sprint race, you've really got to be on the ball every lap. Dean, though, to Smithy now, 13 seconds. Dean to Kelly, 17. The problem for Dean is laps are running out.
Yes, he's got 8 laps left to be able to gain position.
Oh, that's not going to help. Just had a bit of a wiggle there. And that's going to cause him, as he crosses the line, look, a 27.4. It's not too bad on his consistency, still quicker than Kelly. But he's now 11 seconds off the back of Smithy, is Dean Wysocki at the moment. So Kelly now putting himself in 7th place, a few more points for him. And I do believe Kelly and Monkey Boy will pass out Ukbar in this one, with Ukbar not here tonight.
Yeah.
But Dean will get closer, but Dean obviously fighting for that top 4 position. It's not going to happen at the moment.
Not for this race anyway. He can qualify for race 2 if I'm correct.
Yeah, he can. So can Tibbs and Leon and Kelly and Smithy and Phil and Welshie and Stealth.
That's going to be quite an interesting Q2 as well. with Shane on lap 18 as well, which is...
Yeah, 6-6
he's
from
had
the
a
end.
really good race.
He's been so dominant, hasn't he? Max was nearly a second and a half slower than Kieran last lap. So did Max have a problem last time around? Yeah, he's not. He doesn't look like he's been at his best tonight, does it?
No, it looks like he's been quite struggling with the track. I don't know if he's came across that during practice or if that's just...
And the thing for Max Mulder is he's going for that record of most wins in a season. Fury holds it on 12. Max currently has 10, so needs to win 3 of his 4 races. And that's wide.
Again.
And that, he didn't lift there, coming back on the tracks there. He's 1 strike from Max on track limits. Yeah, Max then needs to win the last 3 races if he's to break that record of Fury's. And he was pretty confident in the Discord the other day. It's not going to happen today, though. What has happened to Bryn as he's just dropped behind Monkey Boy. Kelly has also dropped behind Smithy. So both having maybe their own individual... Kelly's had a big moment because Dean's 2.5 behind him. Right then, Dean lapping consistent 26s at the moment is coming for Kelly.
Maybe if Kelly's dropped it, he's going to be hoping that he's had no damage from that.
Monkey Boy...
Damage.
Sorry, just apologies. Monkey Boy on his last lap was his personal best lap of the race, as was Welsh's last lap. And Monkey Boy has Bryn now on the back of him, so Bryn's made a mistake somewhere this lap.
Yeah, and I think, just switching over to the camera, I think Monkey Boy was actually on the grass coming out of...
Ah, is that why Bryn's got the better run then? Through Sterling's, or the Sheen curve. Ferrari versus Porsche then, battling for 5th place. And this is all going to help for the constructors as well. Audio Sport Tour Pro is currently 2nd place. Supergrass Pros are 3rd. And Bryn will want them extra points to go with the points that Shane's bringing home. Obviously, the extra point for Shane in qualifying. We'll see who gets the fastest lap. But Shane... Max, what's happened to Max?
Oh,
he's down in 4th. Rabbit Joe's been given a 2nd present by Father Christmas. He's got to bring it home now. Unlike the English football team, maybe. Can Rabbit Joe bring it home and get the podium? I had to get a dig in there. I apologise to the audience. Come on, little frog.
Careful.
Yeah. Rabbit Joe on the podium. Has Max had another moment there? Because he's dropped well off the back of Joe. I think he's had another moment, you know.
Max really struggling tonight.
I think Max is struggling. This could help Monkey Boy and Bryn. Dean still within 2 seconds of Kelly. We'll have to go and keep our eyes on the Monkey Boy and Bryn and Kelly and Dean. Oh, Bryn's in a wall! Bryn's in a wall. Where's Smithy? Smithy then. Can he get on the back of Bryn? He's still 9 seconds behind, so that's probably not going to happen. Right, we turn our attention to 8th, 9th then. Kelly versus Dean, 1 second in it. Dean Wasocki been lapping quicker for a couple of laps now.
Max
is in the pits! Wow! You cannot make this up. This might mean that Max could qualify in the next race. But I tell you what, Monkey Boy 4th, Bryn 5th. Smithy can't qualify. Well then.
So, yeah.
Has Max's tyres gone off? Is that tactics?
Depends what tyres he's gone on.
Smithy cannot qualify for the 2nd race. There goes Dean. There goes Kelly. Bono, tyres are dead, says Max Mulder in the chat. So I said he was making mistakes. Well, he clearly has. And now Dean's fighting for 7th place with Kelly. Argent on the podium. Rabbit Joe on the podium. Monkey Boy's 4th. Bryn fighting with Monkey Boy for 4th. Max comes out ahead of DJ Phil. Well, lap 21 Shane's on. And is nearly a lap ahead of Max Mulder. This for the constructors' battle will really bring Audio Sport, Supercross Bros and SFA Acora into a bit more of contention here with no Leon Fernie and Max only down in 9th place. Wow. 9th place will get him 7 points. He's 127 ahead. I tell you what, I would not fancy being in the SRL Racing Team garage. It looked pretty set, and Max has made a mistake. Dean, last lap 27.4, so just dropping out them 26s. Kelly's made a mistake, and Dean's going to look through Dingledale up towards the Sheen curve now. Kelly making a little mistake there. Dean on the back of him. Within 0.3 of a second, this is the closest scrap on track. We'll keep our eyes on Monkey Boy and Bryn on their timing screen. Kelly will now try and defend from Dean Wasocki. Smithy's only 5 seconds up the road, so a mistake for Smithy. Could see these two gain on him. Did Dean just have a little wobble there?
Yeah, the question is, he's got 4 laps. Is he going to be able to get Kelly?
Look at that, Dean there. He's got, yeah. Yep, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yep, 4 laps. Dean back in the 28. So that inconsistency again, look, just creeps in for Dean there.
Maybe starting to get a bit nervous now, being able to get some positions. I know. Oh, he's off!
He's round. Dean was socky then. Just pushes too hard, and that. He's got to take a lot to crack this man down. As an orthodox says, don't crack. And he didn't crack. Dean was socky then, has the spin. Kelly has been quoted one of the hardest drivers to overtake. And Max Mulder now gets ahead of Dean Wysocki, so more points between Dean and Kelly for that championship. Bryn versus Monkey Boy, then that gap's back to 2 seconds. Bryn, I feel like he's had great pace in this race, but he's just made a few mistakes.
Yeah, well, like I said at the beginning of the race, beginning at night, should I say, it's going to be a very interesting race. You never know what happens, and clearly, I'm like some form of mind.
Just to say,
kind of thing.
Shane's on lap 22, and I believe is about to start lap 23. He is.
Yes.
Shane is miles in front. 25 seconds. He could take his foot off the gas and slow it down, but he's still pumping in 25s. DJ Phil is back in the pits. What's that for? A bit of a damaged front end, it looks like, on that Janetta. No lights on my screen. Shane has lapped Max Mulder. That is how far in front Shane is.
And usually it's Max which is at the front, but for a change it looks like the tables have turned. Shane is at the front with Max going to the back.
Kelly's 4 seconds off the back of Smithy, then Bryn still 2 seconds off the back of Monkey Boy. So, can Bryn get close enough? Can Kelly get close enough to Smithy there? Bryn just, who's that? That's Stealth. Who, now, with DJ Phil in the pits, bad damage. Can Stealth and Welchie maybe make their way past in the pit lane? Stealth, yeah, let's come away from Stealth. He's lagging a little bit. So just come away from Stealth. Welchie's actually just done his best lap of the race. Yeah, but can they unlap themselves from Phil? It'll change to white when it gets halfway around the circuit. So that's when you'll know. Yeah, they're on the same lap as DJ Phil, actually. On my timing screen. They're all on lap 20, them three. Either way, Bryn, 1.5. Kelly, is that a mistake from Kelly? I think it was, yes. Max now gets through, so Max is up to 7th place again. So I think Kelly has made a little mistake somewhere. Max now. So 11 seconds off of Smithy, 2 laps to go for Max. He's not going to, in fact, 1 lap to go for Max, because Shane is on the final lap of the race. So Max is not going to be able to get Smithy then. Right, Bryn, Monkey Boy, 2 seconds that gap.
That gap is not closing at all.
Now, I think Bryn must have some damage here. Well, she's got past Stealth Sloth in this one. Phil coming out the pit lane. As Welchie then is going to get past DJ Phil. P10. Job done. Stealth Sloth just a bit too far back to get that one done. 2.4 the gap. It's come down half a second in this middle sector as it for Bryn. We'll keep our eyes on the red dot. Mazda for me is the hardest to pass. Yeah, you struggled to pass Mazda around here when he was in his Audi. Season 4. Here comes.
How long it's been since then?
How long it has been. How long it's been since Mazda actually finished a race here at Simplay Motorsport. But either way. That's another story for another day. Shane, second in race 2 last week. He's been utter dominant in this one. He's on for a race win. Shane 5577 looks like he's going to take race win number 5 of his Simplay Motorsport career. That is Smithy. Oh, Smithy wants to be careful here, because if Max gets past, Max won't be able to qualify. Here comes Max Mulder. Shane then's going to win the race, and Smithy just holds off Max at the very end. That was close. Let's go back to Argy Bargy then. Max nearly wasn't able to qualify. Oh, Joe's in the wall. Where's Monkey Boy? Not close enough. Right, back to Argy Bargy, who is about to lap DJ Phil. DJ Phil down in 11th place. And for Argy Bargy, it's going to be a fantastic P2 here. And a cracking drive for Kieran Argent gives him P2. Phil crosses the line in 11th. Welshie crosses it in P10. Rabbit Joe, though, good podium for him. Back-to-back podiums, back-to-back P3s. Just as we get new podium stats, Joe adds to it once again. And a fine, fine drive for him there. Monkey Boy, who's had pressure. We feel like him and Bryn have been close together all race. It's been a stellar race from Monkey Boy, and I'm sure he'll take the P2 at the P4. Not the podium he wanted, but points in the bag. Bryn then's going to cross the line for P5. And that then is everybody who was on the lead lap. Smithy come home in 6th place. Max Mulder got 7th. 8th place went the way of KLF. Dean Wasocki come home for 9th. Welshie P10. Stealth Sloth got 12th. And we had no Tibbs, Leon Fernie. Fastest lap of the race, 24.7, 24.6. Max Mulder. So Max Mulder takes the fastest lap of the race there. In that one then, we are going to be right back in about 5-10 minutes time. Go and grab yourself.
Counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, fly from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, fly from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, fly from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to focus everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to focus everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to focus everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport here for round 22. And it's 3 to go for these Pro-Am drivers in terms of Project Cars 2. I'm sure we'll hopefully see a lot of them back on ACC next season. If we are going there, it's not fully confirmed yet, but keep your eyes posted. Either way, championship standings look a little like this. Max Mulder, your championship winner, as we know. As we lose Dean Wisocki, hopefully we can get him back in. Shane then now moves into second place, 2 points ahead of Kieran Argent, who drops down to third. Monkey Boy goes into fourth. Just ahead of Ukbar by 7 points. KLF tied with Ukbar for P5. Rabbit Joe moves ahead of Dean Wisocki into P7, with Dean dropping down to 8th. DJ Phil is in 9th with Bryn, 2 points off the back of him in 10th ahead. Of Leon Fernie, who is down in 11th, 2 points clear of Smithy, who is in P12 as Leon Fernie is in the session. Welchie down in 13th. Bozzy Boy somehow is still 14th, tied with Tibbs and ahead of Self Sloth. Unbelievable. SRL Race Team have their championship cut short. Super Crash Bros are now second, 105 points behind them. It's hard to do from this situation as Kelly now leaves the session. Hard to do from 105 points back. But can they do it? SFA Acora or P3. Audio Sport Tour Pros now drop to 4th. With Terminal Velocity Racing cannot win the championship down in 5th. Wakasaki Racing 6th. MC Motorsport 7th. And Simplay Racing bringing up the rear. 81 drivers championship points left up for grabs. 141 constructors points. We're joined by the top 3 and we will start with the Bunny Rabbit. Joe, kind of looked like he was chasing all race there and didn't really get to do many overtaking.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's nice not to have to overtake on Brands Hatch. It's quite tight and not many places, but just got to keep on guard, try and keep it on track, and a bit of fun in it.
Talk about that early part of the race. You had a cracking battle with Bryn at the opening parts of it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't remember that. I was just trying to keep up with him and trying to get past. I saw he was going wide sometimes, and it just wasn't going right in the right place because they weren't the places to attempt an overtake. So I just dropped back, and I knew it would happen eventually. But he gave it to me, and he lost it, which was really helpful.
It was helpful for yourself, but a P3, a podium nonetheless. That's your 20. I've just said it to you a moment ago. That is your 26th podium here at Simplay, and it gives the Porsche another podium. Not the win, though. What do you think to the pace of Shane and Argent tonight? Did you have the pace to match them, or?
I feel like I was matching Argent, but Shane, wow, he's done amazing tonight. Hats off to him, he fully deserves it, and you know what? If he gets it through the pack cleanly and nicely, I'd put him for another race win.
Race 2 then. What can you do? Back of the pack. You are dead last. What can you do from there?
Oh, if I'm dead last, honestly, I'm just going to roll it off the line, keep it patient, and let whatever's going to happen in front of me happen, and get through it as cleanly as I can. And then just pressure everyone else, get through them, and see where it goes.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, buddy. Go and get him.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Rabbit Joe then there at P3 for him. Argy Bargy, Caroline. Talk us through that one, mate, because you led, you were second, you was third, kind of up and down, but ultimately, second place for you at the end, just not the pace of the leader.
Yeah, just repeating what Rabbit Joe really said. Obviously, pitted early due to damage from that one spin, and then managed to get past without actually having to overtake. So, just trying to keep it consistent, but no way I've got to pay for Shane.
Talk us about the Acura tonight. I know you've kind of was worrying last night about its tyre wear on the front left, I think you said. How was that tonight? Was there any problems with the tyre wear? How was the Acura around the circuit in a whole?
Comparing it to the session I done last night, practicing, I've got rid of the vibrations in the end of towards the end of the race. But I made one change in the setting. But yeah, I'm just consistent 25, low 26s. So I don't know what Shane's got more than that. I didn't really pay attention to lap times of anyone else in that. But yeah, I've got nothing on him.
2 points behind Shane now in the championship, and 8 points behind in the constructors as a team. It's been a fantastic fight in this season. It's going down to the wire. Can you get him at the end?
I don't think I'll get anything else tonight unless one of us, or him, or anyone else involved in the major incident, I'm able to get through the pack. But like I say, it's going to Daytona with the weaknesses we know of the Acura compared to the Ferrari. It's not looking good, but I'll just keep fighting till the end.
Race 2, what can you do around this circuit, Argent? You're going to be starting P10. What can you do?
Depending on the first lap, if I can get away cleanly or get away in the first lap cleanly. But yeah, just take one car at a time and just do best.
Indeed. So, Shane, you're not actually in the session yet, mate. Ah, right, okay. All right, no problem. Right, okay. Right, Argent, well done on the P2. We'll let you get back to it and get ready for your race. Shane, I know why you're trying to just get back in. Talk us through that one, because that was quick. What? Yeah. You didn't really look back after you got past Max and Argent, did you? You was really on your own and lapped all the way up to Bryn, just behind Bryn at the end of the race. That was some pace in the Ferrari tonight. Second in the... Go on, sorry. Yeah. Second in the championship. What can you keep that going into the last 3 races? What can you do? Second in the constructors as well with yourself and Bryn, so second all round at the moment, so it must be looking good. Yep, it did indeed. Race 2 though, going to be starting back half of the grid. Can you come through the field? Well, we'll let you get back to it, Shane. And the chat's not been able to hear you, so we'll get that sorted for next time. But well done, Shane, nonetheless. Shane very happy with his Shane very happy with his performance here. He was saying and glad to be second place in the teams and the drivers' championship as Max then Liam, currently on provisional pole, but followed by Dean Wasocki.
Yeah, there's a second, well, nearly a second, I'd just say a second, it's easier. There's about a second split in the till. Hopefully Dean will be able to go quicker, but for the minute it looks like it's going Max's way for pole.
It does indeed then. It looks like it's going Max's way for pole. Shane will start P9, so he's a bit closer to Max. But it's Max, Dean, Tibbs, Kelly, Phil, Leon, Welshie, Stealth. Stealth's back in the pit lane. Can get one more lap in. Will he get one more lap in? That's the question. Will he come out the pits and feel he can get one more done? He's still there in the garage, you see, as here comes Welshie to the line. No improvement. Dean to the line. No improvement. Bozzy, tip for race 2 winner.
I'm gonna have to say Shane again. I think he was untouchable during race 1, and I think he will be able to keep that going until the end of race 2.
Well, let's see if you are right then. Pole is going up now for your race 2 winner. Obviously, Porsche one away from 50. If you disagree with who's on that pole, then get it in the comments as to who you think will be the man to do so. Right, Stealth Sloth will be starting P8. He is done for qualifying, cannot improve on that, so P8 for him. And here comes Max Mulder to the line. And no improvement there then. As drivers who are on a better lap is Dean and Kelly, according to my timing screen. I don't know how true this is. Well, it can't be true because Dean's not gone through Sector 2 yet. And one of them's not Kelly, it's Smithy. So let me restart the app. Oh, Dean.
A little bit of problems.
I know the app sometimes glitches out. You have to restart it before race 2. Hopefully that loads in now and works. If not, oh well, we've got the timings in front of us. Leon Fernie's done, P5 at the moment. Kelly, 2 tenths up on his lap. Dean then, who had a mistake this time around, he's not going to improve here. What about Welshie behind him? He doesn't improve either. Who's the next car to the line? I believe it's potentially KLF. It is KLF, then DJ Phil. Nope, the app's having none of it. Right then, Kelly, then Phil. Stelsloff's back in the pit lane. Leon Fernie is also done for qualifying. Here comes Kelly. And does improve 2 tenths, half a second he needs to find to get onto the back of Tibbs. Here then is DJ Phil, needs to find 1.1 seconds to get on the back of Leon Fernie here then. Joe wants his name put on the poll. I don't know about that one. DJ Phil to the line, no improvement for DJ Phil. Next, it's not exit Tibbs, I believe that's Max Mulder. DJ Phil is done. Max is slow, so Max is done. Dean's in the pits, he's done. Exit Tibbs then, the next car. Pits, so he's done. So just Welshie to go then, 1.1 down. So I don't think he's going to improve from there unless he's lost that much time through the last sector. So then, Dean's going to start P2 at the moment. We will wait for Welshie to come across the line.
Or
or into the pits. Can Welshie get ahead of DJ Phil? That, though, is the big question at the moment. I don't think he's going to. It looked a little casual coming out of there. Flash of the lights. Welshie stays P7. Oh, Phil must still be on a lap, as he's not no more. So Max Mulder then pole position alongside Dean Wasocki on the front row of the grid. Then row 2, it's exit Tibbs and a Porsche row of Tibbs and KLF 900. Leon Fernie and DJ Phil Green, row 3, row 4, Welshie and Stealth Soft. Then the non-qualifiers, row 5, Shane and Smithy, row 6, Argy Bargy and Monkey Boy, row 7, Bryn and Rabbit Joe bringing up the rear. Liam, your race 2 winner.
I'm going to have to say Max for the minute because he's on pole. We know what he can be capable of. The other person would obviously be Shane with his absolute stellar race 1.
Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, like the streams as we go. Only 8 likes on the stream so far. Let's get that up to at least 15, 16. There is 16 of you watching at the moment. And don't forget to hit the bell to be notified. We'll be live tomorrow night. Pro Pulling ultimate rounds there. Myself and Dan fighting for second. Myself, Dan, Gary, Little each fighting for the Constructors' Championship, as well as many others. Overtaker can wrap the championship up. Kelly Davis and Clive Smith will be live tomorrow night for that one. Sorry, Liam, who did you say your tip is for the win?
Max for the minute, and Shane being obviously not too far behind that.
So who's your winner? Who's you tipping? Can I pick one?
Oh, Shane.
I'm going to go Tibbs. Throw a curveball. Or a curveball. You like that, don't you?
Gotta love that.
Bit different. Right then. 3 races left, Bozzy, of Pro-Am. It's kind of getting to the time of the season where it's sad to see it end, really, but I hate it when season ends, and this is the end of an era, really, as well, isn't it?
It is going to ACC, and with it still being the same car category, but it could be a lot different racing.
New cars, Jaguar, Lexus, newer models of the vehicles, like the McLaren 720S. You know, and the Aston Martin might get used a bit more. We'll have to wait and see what happens then. Right. We're syncing up. For round 22, the lights come on. There's 14 drivers. It's green and go, and Dean Wysocki looks like he gets a good launch. Jinx to the right. Can he cover off Kelly? He does. Kelly got an amazing start. Kelly's going to look up the inside of Max Mulder and turn on him, and Dean just rubbed us a little bit. Kelly then has to go wide. He's in the gravel on the exit of Paddock Hill, and Max already gets a good start. Now, Tibbs looks up the inside of Dean Wysocki, and that can't be done either. Is he going to get it done on the exit? Let's see. Everybody looks through very cleanly in the minute. Smithy's down to 13th, Prince 14th, and that is DJ Phil, who's around in the background.
That was an amazing start.
There's a good start. Max leads. Tibbs has got past Dean, Leon, Welshie, Shane, Argent, Slough. Kelly, after being in the gravel, he's down to last place at the moment. He's off again, I think. Oh, yeah.
He's got damage.
Big damage for Kelly then. So we'll have to see what happens there. Smithy down in 13th. Phil is 12th. Slough on the back of Monkey Boy and Argent here, just onto the grass. Argent's got to bide his time to get through. And he can't get through there. Right then, Shane's now up into P5, and he's going to hunt down after Leon Fernie at the minute. There's Rabbit Joe trying to get past Slough. Dean trying to fight back at exit. Tibbs up front, but has got Leon Fernie gaining on him. There is Dean Wysocki. There is Leon Fernie. There is Shane. One of the quickest men on circuit in the last race. Can Shane get onto the back of Leon Fernie and get him cleared? Look at that in the background. That looks like Archie Bargie's trying to get a move done on Welsh. He can't get it done there, though. And into Paddock Hill Bend they come. Oh, so much better on the brakes was Argent. Ooh. Big wiggle Welsh in here. Dean's in the gravel as well. Oh, he's dropped it. Dean on his own, Welsh on his own, both in the gravel. And Kelly in the pits at the end of lap 1. He's
with that big damage.
that's probably going to be. He's going to have to prove the damage, but that's probably enough to suggest that yes, he's got a damaged car, a bit of a poorly one. There. Right, Smithy can't make progress at the minute, and DJ Phil is going to fly past the Smithster. Job done. Shane's up to 4th. Who's that tumbling down the order again? It's Dean. Oh!
That was quite naughty from Dean. Oh, and he's left. So that is always there's Smithy and DJ as well. This is a
very pro-am
down there.
Yeah. So Dean Wysocki's P4 is no more. He's left the session, and that will be a qualifying ban for race 1 at Daytona next week. Shane then on the back of Leon Fernie. Leon Fernie's being pulled in by the grass, and pulled in he is, and that is a place for Shane. Here comes Argent, should get a run on Leon Fernie. He does. So it's Max from Tibbs, from Shane, from Argent. Max in the 24s, but we know, Liam, Max in race 1 said that his tyres went off.
Yeah, and if in the Discord he also says that he isn't a massive fan of the track. So
yeah,
it could be a bit of a damper for himself. Shane in 4th, hopefully be able to catch up to the front with Max only having a 2.5-second lead at the minute. Is Dean in the chat as well?
Yeah, Dean, done for the season roll on ACC. Well, that's the way to end it, I suppose. Bryn and Smithy both in, and I'm sure they both had bad damage from that collision with Dean. I'm sure we'll see Phil in as well. Oh, Kelly's back in.
Kelly's in again.
Did it not repair Kelly's damage?
It does not look like it.
Just looking for Smithy. There's his name. That's 2. Be surprised if we don't see DJ Phil in the pits. Well, talk about ending your season on a high and ending Project Cars 2 on a high. Oh, yeah, Phil is going to have to pit here.
Yeah,
he's just missing.
Dangling.
He's missing.
Get the duct tape out.
They're going to have to. Touring car style. Tibbs has gained on Max a little bit this lap. Shane is now behind Argent, so Shane must have made a mistake somewhere this time around, because Shane is now behind Argent. There they are. There's Leon Fernie. Bryn has just come out in front of all of them then.
So Bryn also going to be a lap down to these guys as well. So not the race he's wanted.
Oh, Tibbs! Tibbs has dropped it. He was running in second place. He's now down in P5, yeah.
Yeah, P5.
Well, not good for Tibbs there. Bryn tries to get out of the way of Argy Bargy and does so and lets his teammate come through as well. Bryn not in this scrap, so he's letting them through. Rightly so from Bryn there. Nicely done from him. He doesn't have to, but his teammate's in this pack and he doesn't want to hold his teammate up from maybe taking the London buses. Look at the difference in speed. Shane to Argent here then as they come towards the end. Shane on Argy Bargy towards Hawthorne's corner. Argent tries to defend. Shane's up the inside. No, doesn't get the move done there.
Look like there was...
Oh! I think Bryn's had a spin and that's caught Tibbs up.
Oh, not the race that Bryn's going to be wanting.
No, it's not, especially for that constructors.
It's all happening in race 2, guys.
It really is. Shane on the back of Argent now. They're 7.6 behind as Shane there has a little wiggle. Leon Fernie's in this one, and this could pretty much wrap up the constructors for Max and Leon Fernie if they are to do it here tonight. Max then still on flat race record possibly of the most wins. Well, we'll have to wait and see, but it's looking good for him in this one at the minute. Shane cannot get past Argent so far. As down through Paddock Hill Bend they come. Argent from Shane from Leon Fernie. Argent just gapping Shane a little bit. Does Shane's car not suit race 2 as much as it does race 1?
No. Obviously, it's going to be an hour or 2 later.
Yeah, 2 hours later, yeah.
One is. So the temperatures are going to be a bit more down. So it could give Max the upper hand.
It could. We'll wait and see. As Bryn in the pits with, yet again, more damage. It's not been the race 2 he wanted. He had this last week, had a good race 1, and race 2 just went from bad to worse. Right then. Here we go.
It's always on the grass
there.
Yeah.
Shane on the grass. He's just struggling a little bit this race, Shane looks like at the moment.
Yeah, I think the colder temperature is actually starting to affect Shane's driving a little bit there.
Oh, Leon!
There's Leon.
Leon's dropped it in a wall. Right, Tibbs coming up the hill. Monkey Boy and Rabbit Joe in close company as well. They're not far behind. There they are. Look, there's Tibbs, there's Monkey, there's Joe. A queue of, former teammates. Yeah, queue of Porsches. Did Joe and Monkey team?
Yes.
No, Joe teamed with Argent.
Yes.
They both teamed with Argent.
No, I'm thinking... No, it's fine. Ignore me. I'm having a idiot moment.
Leon Fernie is in a lap early, so we'll have to provide evidence of his early pit stop here then. It's the end of 6, the pit window opens, and he's in a lap early. And I don't think he had as much damage as Kelly and the others. The thing is for Bryn and Kelly is, it doesn't matter about their early pit stop now. They've both been in the pits twice, so they've kind of done a drive-through, which is the penalty for an early pit stop if you've not got enough damage. So they've kind of done that, really, by pitting twice. So that kind of negates that, really.
Yeah.
But
I think, well, it was quite obvious from...
It was, yeah.
It was quite
DJ Phil had no rear wing. Smithy was smashed up in all that as well. And,
the cars were all... the bits of the car were just all over the track.
Everywhere.
And
yeah. Coincidentally, that unsafe rejoin from Dean was the first thing I've written down all night, bar some track limits. So
it's not really been too bad tonight for incidents. It's
a shame there.
But we have still got another 18 laps to go, so there's plenty that can happen in those 18 laps.
There is indeed. Lap 7 of 24. Max starts now. Shane's lost a bit more time to Argent over the last lap, lost half a second, but Shane and Argent just don't have the pace of Max Mulder out front.
No.
Monkey Boy, though, having to defend from Rabbit Joe. Joe on the podium earlier tonight. Monkey Boy looking for more points here. Joe will obviously pull away from Dean Wysocki. Leon Fernie will gain over Dean Wysocki in the championship standings. And actually looking at it now, to be fair, with Dean not scoring a point, DJ Phil will get closer, as will Bryn, Leon and Smithy. Oh, Monkey Boy's had a spin and Rabbit Joe taps him. And Monkey Boy lost it all on his own. Kelly's in the pits again.
So, and his car is literally in bits.
Will Sheehan, end of lap 6.
So these two have switched round, but
the question is, does Joe and Monkey have a bit? Yeah, does Monkey and Joe have a bit of damage on that one? As I was saying there, DJ Phil, Bryn, Leon, Smithy, all going to get closer to Dean. They are currently. DJ Phil is 31 behind Dean, but Dean not scoring tonight, and them little points Phil can score will just help mathematically to keep them. So the top. Dean's gone from looking at a top 4 spot to now maybe not being in the top 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much that is affected from retiring. This is why people don't retire. If you retire, this is what happens.
If I'm correct, isn't that Dean's 3rd retirement of the season?
I believe it is, actually.
So that's minus 25 points. I'm just looking now. That would be Dean's. That's Dean's 3rd retirement of the season. Yeah. So Dean will actually lose 25 points.
Shane and Monkey in the pits as well.
Shane, Monkey and Tibbs. No, Shane, Joe and Tibbs in the pits.
Tibbs has got some damage to the front of his car.
Yeah, he had a spin, didn't it?
Yeah, Shane actually on his way out now as well.
Right, so that's good for them. So Monkey up to 3rd, Argent, Max 2nd and 1st, so left to pit. Argent, Monkey, DJ Phil, Monkey Boy. Dean Wysocki is retired, so I can mark that one down as he's pitted. Stealth and Max then left to pit. Leo Fernie will have to pit again unless he can provide evidence of enough damage.
There's Stealth actually in the pits now.
Stealth coming in now. That car looks a bit battered as well.
It's not as bad as Kelly's, but it's definitely had some stuff happen to it.
Yeah, indeed it has. Right then. Shane, early pit stop. Will that help the tyres in terms of being able to then gain on Max? Where is Shane on track, coincidentally? He's
P4.
in. Oh, he's got massive clear area in front of him. So Shane... Excuse me. Shane can just pump in some fast lap times here. Argent gained on Max last lap 0.3 of a second. Argent's in. So the end of lap 8. Argy Bargy in the pits.
What is the gap between... Oh, it's
cracking.
Out.
Oh, beautiful.
That must have been done by the Simplay Racing engineer.
Absolutely exquisite there from Argent. He's coming towards the pit exit. Look for the green cones. Shane is now coming down the start straight. Shane will be back into P3. He's not, though, near Argy Bargy, who's already gone. And, well, then, Shane and Argent can now hunt after Max. That looked a bit casual from Rabbit Joe. Monkey Boy's on his way out. Joe, though, will regain P4. Thank you very much. Easy as you like. Right then, 29 seconds, Argent to Max. Max is going to need one heck of a stop if he's to get himself ahead. Exit Tibbs. He's back in the pits. No, Tibbs. Big damage.
His night has gone from bad to worse.
Oh, what a shame.
That is a shame.
It is literally now just DJ Phil. And has DJ Phil pitted, chat? Let me know if Phil's pitted. He's down in... He has. He pitted early, didn't he? Rear wing damage.
Yes.
Pitted early. It is then just Max who needs to pit. So DJ Phil did pit. Yes, we remember now. Max then needs to pit now. And what can he do?
Yeah, he's got a 30-second lead at the minute with Kieran, and then obviously Shane actually 3 seconds off of Kieran, so not really got the pace that he had in race 1.
Yeah, I think he's recovering from his earlier moments before the pit stop. So we'll see Shane's pace now after the pits. Tibbs in the 24.9s there, by the way. Argent's on his outlap. Shane is on his first flying lap since his pit stop. So there you go. Look, Shane gained 7 tenths over Argent on the out lap. Sorry, 6 tenths. And Shane, 25.2. So clearly pitting early for Shane has worked wonders for him because he's now back on his former pace of race 1. This man, though, what are these cooler conditions done for him? He's staying away from the curbs. He's keeping it all nice and tidy, although Argent has gained a second on him at the moment. Oh, just within the track limits there, and a bit bouncy was the car.
Maybe the tyres are starting to slip away from him a bit. Because I know this is what we saw last race.
Yeah.
He made those little mistakes, and it just
That
got
felt
worse and
later on.
worse.
Yeah, that felt later on than this, though. So we'll keep our eyes on it. And is Max going to box now? No. Stays out on track. And Max carries on his way. Tibbs, then. He's trying to get past Stealth Sloth here.
It looked like there was a bit of contact there.
Yeah, I think Stealth a bit slow on the corner exit, wasn't he? And Tibbs just got caught out by that. These Porsches all look a bit wrecked tonight, bar Monkey Boy and Rabbit Joe's.
Yeah. I think the Porsches have been getting quite a battering. I think the game doesn't want it to get its 50th win.
Tibbs, yeah, I think you're right. Tibbs up the inside of Stealth Sloth there then. And that's job done for Stealth. Argent and Shane just say are coming to the line while Max is just going on to the GP part of the track down to Smithy. He's the next man to get past Stealth Sloth. There is Max. Argent 25.2, Shane 25.1. So good pace from these two at the moment.
Yeah, they're all going to be really pushing at the minute to try and catch up to Max as much as possible.
26.1 on his last lap, Bozzy. So while he's still got to pit here, every bit of time he loses to these two, you know, he's still got to pit. He lost a second to Shane last lap, just under.
And Argent actually lost a 10th to Shane as well. So Shane's still showing that potential for the car to be able to go quicker than it already is. It's just being able to make sure you get it bang on every lap now.
Max then, I think he's coming into the pit lane now. Yes, he does. I saw his dot slow down. Right. How good a stop is this from Max?
We're going to have a look.
It's not as good as Argent's. It's not a bad stop, though. Right, Argy Bargy comes through Sterling's and comes towards Clearways now then. Can Argy Bargy? No, he's going to be nowhere near Max. But Max is in traffic. Max is going to have a few back markers that he's got to dispatch of. And that is Stealth Sloth and Exit Tibbs. We saw after Max's pit stop last time, his car went a little funny. Will he by any chance have the same problems again? 7 seconds is the gap now, Buzzy Boy.
Yeah, with him having to go up toward these back markers now, he's going to be in the dirty area, which is actually going to wreck his tyres a little bit more. I can imagine that he didn't actually change tyres. In fact, should I say he didn't? So he is on the same set of tyres. So we're going to see how this runs for Max Mulder going through the pack of the lapped cars.
And it was this stage of the race, wasn't it, where we started to see him get that tyre wear even in clear air. So we'll have to see what he does here then and how he's going to cope about it. Argent 7.5 seconds behind. Oh, that was wide from Argy Bargy. Has he kept it going? Yes. But 7.7 seconds the gap, 10.9 to Shane. Don't forget, if Max doesn't win this race, he cannot break Fury's record. And Fury's record will stand and be the Project Cars 2 record of 12 wins in a season.
And that's never going to change. So
it will never change. No, we could have most race wins in a season GT3-wise, but on a different game. So can you really class it? Provided the format is the same. We don't know what the format's going to be yet for next season, so we will have to wait and see. Argent's lost a bit of time. It is at the minute. Argent's lost a bit of time to Max in that final sector. Max, though, has cleared Stealth Sloth in the process at the minute, so he is currently on his way. Any battles out there on the track, Buzzy Boy? You get a little notification. Anything happening out there?
There's actually one for KLF and DJ Phil at the moment.
Kelly,
again,
by the way, has been in the
race.
pits twice tonight. Well, in fact, I think 3 times.
Really not having that.
Not been his second. I think he's looking forward to next week as well, Buzzy. He likes Daytona. He's got a race win at Daytona. I think it was his first race win at Daytona. He likes Daytona, and we'll see what he does.
And arguably the Porsche will be one of the better cars for around that track, with it being one of the more balanced cars. Obviously with the Acura being more of a chassis-based car, being more reliable, should I say, in your twisty and turny circuits.
I think the Porsche is the most powerful car as well on this grid.
Yeah.
On this grid, so it's hard to look past the Porsche not getting its 50th next week, but you'll never know. There's no McMurks on this grid, so we'll see what will happen then. As Leon Fernie, at the minute, I think it's a stop-go penalty, I believe it is, for not pitting at the correct time. And in that case, it's about a 30-second loss, I think, time penalty. So that'll put him only down one place at the minute. So currently doing well. KLF up on his delta. Now, Max has pulled Argent even further. Argent, though, lost 1.2. No, he didn't. He actually gained 1.2 over Shane last lap. So Shane had a bit of a bad last lap.
Yeah, it's... Shane's actually... He's quite an inconsistent...
this race it has been. Oh, now. No, that's Smithy.
Yeah, I was going to say... Smithy again.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice from Smithy. Look, moves to one side. He's not one that's going to hold you up. He's Smith, even if he will help his teammate out. He's a fair racer, is Clive. We'd love to see him on ACC. We'd love to see him back next season, that is for sure, as well as F1. We'd love to see the GOAT out there.
GOAT for the ACC first championship.
Could you imagine Smithy winning the first championship on ACC and Pro-Am? If you know,
nah, what you're on about? He's
magical.
going straight to the Pro, mate.
Kelly has got past DJ Phil, then down in 12th place. Argent lost a bit of time to Max on that. It's hard to look past Max at the moment for the race win, isn't it? Lap 14 of 24. He doesn't seem to have put a foot wrong on like race 1.
No, it looks like his tyres might be surviving a little bit better, as he has actually, from what it looks like, maybe have just done the fastest lap of the 24.7. I could be wrong with that though.
So Audi then on its way at the minute, looking to go 2 race wins behind the Porsche, and that I'm sure will put a smile, like half a smile on Unorthodox's face, but also half a grimace. As a lot of the wins from the Porsches, that's nice from Tibbs there, a lot of the wins from the Porsche come from Dan as well, as Gary and yourself with a couple, and Joe with a few, Kelly, Mickey. So I'm sure Dan will be sort of half smiling that the Audi could get to 50, not tomorrow night now, but next week. But also, you know, could be level with the Porsche tomorrow night.
It could be. And definitely going to bring a smile or two to a couple people's faces, especially with the ones who's driven the Audi in the past, for example. Me, Jamie, people like that. They're all going to be quite happy, and I've been blessed to be able to drive both of them, the Porsche and the Audi.
Yeah, you have indeed, as Kelly. Oh no, it goes from bad to worse. He's back in the pits again. I don't know, that Porsche still can't be that battered. It's just not fixing on our screens. But either way, Shane now within 1.7 of Argent. So has Argent had a bit of a mistake somewhere then? Smithy's catching on the back of Stealth Sloth as well.
So, Smithy going to be really pushing for some of these positions now. He's going to be wanting to leave this game on a high. I think everybody will be wanting, as there's Stealth Sloth.
I think that was lag. Yeah, that was flat out down the straight. So that isn't going to be a retirement. Stealth will be able to qualify next week. That was definitely lag.
Yeah.
He was flat out down the straight and he just vanished there. Right, so that gives Kelly an extra place. But he's got to catch DJ Phil again. Right, battle on. Anywhere on the circuit. Closest fight is Argent and Shane at the minute. 1.9 as Dan in the chat. Audi is catching now. They've sorted the tyre glitch. What tyre glitch? I'm not sure. If that's about F1, I think Kelly's car has been totally remodelled. It has. What they've done is, because Kelly loves cutting the grass so much, they put a blade underneath. I know Kelly will be listening, and Kelly loves his Hondas. So they've given Kelly the lawnmower Porsche edition for him to just trim the grass around Brands Hatch at the moment. He'll love that.
Ian in the chat as well saying Stealth on great internet. It looks like Jamie might have switched internets with Stealth.
No, let's not be silly. Let's not be silly now. This is Jamie's internet. Right, gap, Shane to Argent, 1.5 seconds. They don't have the pace of Max in this one, but they are both currently on a good spit of form. Max hasn't made the mistakes this race that he did in the first one.
No. He seems to be a lot more... not timid, but he seems a lot more consistent, I would say.
Yeah, a lot more stable as well. That car does not look half as twitchy as it did in race 1. And does this give...
running a different setup?
Possibly, he may have just tweaked it a little bit, you know. And this, at the minute, will give the SRL Racing Team the Constructors' Championship as well. So Emplava may have to get on the graphics again. He's got to get some done. He's got Fury's 200th and D Biggs' 150th tomorrow. He's had a Porsche one made for 2 months and it's not been able to be used yet. Rabbit Joe in a quiet P4 at the moment, but like race 1 for Rabbit Joe. He got it done early and he's not really done much since.
No. We're back nearly on the podium. Nearly on the podium, but he's a good...
16 seconds off the back of Shane.
About 15, 16 seconds off. So, he's going to still be happy with P4.
Yeah.
But, nonetheless, he's still going to be wanting that podium position.
Oh, 100%. 100% he's going to want that podium position, and I'm sure he's going to have to fight hard with it.
Yeah, it's started to calm down a bit on the grid as well. Not as many battles happening.
Yeah, not as hectic as race 1, is it? As the hashtag blame it on Bozzies are back in the chat.
Yep, everyone loves the hashtag
and Max
blame it on Bozzy.
is still pumping in 24s at the moment, so Max absolutely flying. It has just quieted down quite a bit.
It has. As not many races now. We've got this race and then Daytona, and Daytona quite a big one when it comes to Simplay Motorsport, as it's basically our Monaco.
It is our Monaco, and what a fitting way to end our Project Cars adventure at Daytona. You know, that I just think that's one of the fitting ways of it. Bozzy, me and Dan spoke about it. Well, there's a bit of a lull in the race at the moment. Me and Dan, Shane's actually made a mistake somewhere. He's now some 10 seconds behind Argent. As we say, a very good evening to Forzy. That's a man I'm looking forward to see maybe back on ACC and F1 next year in the new year. Forzy, a fantastic driver. Just want to pick your brain, Bozzy.
Again.
Me and Dan touched on the point last week of favourite races at Simplay in terms of every event. What would yours be? Every event that's been done by Simplay Motorsport, what would your event be?
In terms of
fun race, championship race, it can be anything. Me and Dan gave the same answer. Did you say good evening to Sutty Apex as well in the chat?
I'm going to take it as a guess that you said the 24 hours of Daytona, I'm going to presume you've said.
No.
No?
We said the 24 hours of the Nordschleife for charity, for cancer research, where we raised over £1,000. We thought as an event that was one of ours. We thought
that was
one of Simplay's best events.
I would say, well, then again, it's a hard one. I do love my endurance racing, as obviously I've been able to do these endurance races.
Dan in the chat, GT5 not kill all day. We're not going to go there, Dan. Like we won't go Oscherslaben.
Sorry, yeah, that is my favourite
as well.
My favourite is the GT5.
Oh, Shane! He's dropped it on the curb. Big incident into the wall. And Rabbit Joe, he's a coming. And lap 19 of 24, is Shane just going to drop off that podium? This could put Argent back into second place in the standings. Max, so he's clearly going to win this race now. 15 seconds up the road, but Shane, he's now got to worry about Rabbit Joe from behind, maybe.
And he could even have... And I wouldn't be surprised if he's... I can't even speak today. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got any damage.
And he just lost that, Bozzy, on the curb.
That was just a helicopter kind of moment there. He had a boogie, just like...
Looking in the chat as well, a lot of blame it on Bozzy. So he's saying, oh, it's Bozzy's fault. I tried to be clean on F1. Forzy, we love you. We think you're a fantastic driver. Hopefully you'll be there for ACC and F1 as well. Classic DTM Donny Blizzard says, so that's not really a Simplay event, but it's more a fun race we do. Hashtag 50-50. That's a good shout there, Jamie Brazier. PN's favourite moment was Abu Dhabi in F1. That's because it was his first podium, I believe, at Simplay Motorsport. Tibbs then, on the back of a very damaged Porsche of Welshie. What Porsche aren't damaged? Monkey Boys, Rabbit Joe's, that is for sure. As then, Tibbs looking for that P8. Bryn has just dropped behind DJ Phil. What's going on with Bryn and DJ Phil? Can we quickly see that one? Has Bryn made a moment? He has. He's off. So these Ferraris in this second race don't look as strong as race 1.
No. And it's not the greatest thing
Oh,
to
Naru's
see.
had a moment. That is Welshie. Tibbs has got past Welshie. Welshie's in the gravel. He's had a moment. And Smithy could now get past Welshie.
Shall see.
Nope, that was Argent.
No.
That must have been Argent.
Yes, I believe it was, as I think
Shane's lost out to Joe.
Yeah, he has.
So Shane's down to P4. What a shame for Shane.
So it could be double P3s for Rabbit Joe. Make it a triple.
Indeed.
For Rabbit Joe.
Yeah, another 3 podiums, 3 third places in a row. 2.4 Le Mans, says Sutty Apex. My first win at Bahrain in F2, says Forzy.
You know what? I'm actually going to have to change mine to Dubai, I think.
Oh, the pro race where you got your first podium in the pro.
Yep.
Fair enough.
I'm going to have to change it to that.
Fair enough. Oh, Smithy! Off and in the wall. Where's DJ? Smithy's got 100% rear damage there. That's big damage.
He's going to have to pit for that.
Yeah, that's going to be a long pit stop here.
So he's gonna
That then could promote DJ Phil,
well.
maybe Bryn, maybe KLF. Max, 18 seconds up the road now.
It looks like the tables have turned for Max.
Dan in the
and
chat saying that he's
Shane.
been coaching for Max has paid off. What do you mean by coaching for Max? I've been helping with setups. Is that what we're saying here?
And
Because
if
he's been a
so-
lot better race 2 than race 1, to be fair.
And if so, how much do you charge?
Argy Bargy, P2, 17 seconds behind. Dan's proper answer. Spa final race of the season in the snow. Fight for the championship with Andy. Cracking race. Remember that one well. Last season. No, not last season. Season before. Season 5. Joe out to the Monkey Boys in with a shout here, Liam. With Shane's damage of catching him for P4.
That is a very good point, and that's what Monkey Boy will be wanting. He's going to be wanting to get those points.
More points.
Especially, yeah.
It'll help. What this does with Shane dropping down the standings as well is it'll help the team get back up here in the constructors. It'll help Monkey Boy cement that top 4. Oh, so Fozzie, you got rid of the PlayStation. Oh, no. Don't tell me you got rid of the PlayStation. His race 2 is a lot better. Yeah, it is a lot better, Dan. So whatever you've told him is a lot better. As Smithy then comes into the pits. Right, where's DJ Phil?
DJ Phil. Ooh.
Yeah, he's coming towards the back part of the circuit. Smithy's going to be in there a while, I reckon. Keep your eyes on that white dot to move. Where is Smithy? Still not going yet. Phil's going to get past him.
Not that far behind.
No,
either.
I think Bryn's in for a shout here. Where's Kelly? Kelly's nearly sector 2. So
see.
Smithy's still not moving.
Oh,
he's going now. He's going now. So Bryn gets through.
That to Bryn now.
Have you not got the PS4 anymore, Forzy? You can do the F1. That's a bonus, I suppose. So Smithy,
KLF.
he's going to be close to KLF. Max on lap 23 of this race, so he's nearly at the end. It will be the PS4 version of ACC as well. That's Leon Fernie in front of Max. Just having a moment there. Don't forget, a 30-second penalty possibly looming for Leon Fernie, depending on if he pits again or provides footage of his pit stop.
We're gonna... Yeah, but that's
now,
all...
Liam, in the
post-race.
past, when these two have got together like this, Max has always had a mistake.
Yes, we're gonna have to keep an eye for this, but these two pretty much, you could say, side by side, as it looks like. Is that Max.
That's Max.
Yeah, that is
Yep.
Max going on Leon Fernie, as it looks like he's actually got through safe for a change.
He has, and just a bit
Oh,
wide. And
no!
there you go. I told you.
That is- oh.
Every time Max tries to pass Leon Fernie, he has a moment. It's not big enough for Argent to catch, but imagine if he hits that wall on the last lap and Argent catches. Imagine that. Monkey Boy's got past Shane then. So Shane now drops down the order a bit. Max has still once again got to navigate past Leon Fernie. Right then.
Yeah.
Smithy is 8 seconds ahead of KLF. We'll just stay with this for a moment. We'll stay back with Leon Fernie and Max. Because this is pretty much the only thing that's really happening on the track at the moment. Been a bit of a dull second half to this second race.
It is, but nonetheless...
I think Max is just going to stay behind Leon and bring this one home.
He's either going to do that, or he's going to go again and...
Oh. Little mistake there from
yeah.
Leon. Squeaky bum time this for Max. He's 17 seconds. He's got enough to back off and let Argent... oh, hang on. Dan's been helping Max. Max couldn't qualify for race 2. I know what Dan told him now. Yeah. Tactics. Either way, Max Mulder, your champion. He comes to... He nearly made another mistake there. He comes to the final corner. He comes through the final corner now. It's a flash of the lights for the Pro-Am champion. It's going to be race win number 11 this season. The fight is still on for that amount of races. Job done for him. Argy Bargy, a pair of second places tonight. Good stuff from him. Rabbit Joe, a pair of thirds as well. What a drive from him tonight. Monkey Boy, a pair of fourths.
I'm trying to figure out who it is who's crossing the line now. It's DJ Phil and Bryn.
Yeah, we'll just go back to Monkey Boy. Just keep our eyes on Monkey Boy. DJ Phil and Bryn then have finished for 10th and 11th.
Joe coming around the final turn as well now.
Sorry, for 10th and 9th.
P3.
Yep, Rabbit Joe, 3rd place. Good result for him. That's Smithy just in front of him for 11th. Not his race. Kelly down in 12th. Not the night for Kelly. Monkey Boy, 4th though. Shane, 5th place. Excuse me, what a shame for Shane then. In this one.
There's actually, it looks like he's got even more damage to the front of that car there. As here he comes crossing the line for P5. So he's going to be slightly sad after what happened in race 1, but he's going to be happy enough to be able to claim those points just to go towards the constructors.
He will indeed. Leon Fernie crosses the line for a P6, and Tibbs will already cross the line at P7. Welshie crosses it P8. We lost our fastest lap of the race, 24-1. Max Mulder takes that as well. So a clean sweep for Max in race 2. Hopefully we'll get the top 2 in for an interview. Top 3 in. Rabbit Joe joins us now. I can confirm that the SRL racing team are the Constructors' Champions for Season 7. So Max taking the Drivers and the Constructors' Championship in something that's continued all season. The driver that's won Pro-Am has also took the Constructors' Championship. I don't think that was the case in Pro. Could be wrong. But it will, if I'm not wrong, and every driver that's winning Pro hasn't then won the Constructors, well, that's not going to be the case this year, because either the Jaeger Motorsport or Love Island Bombshells are going to win that one, and Overtake looks set to win the championship. Either way, Max Mulder, your champion, now moves to 406 points. Argent back ahead of Shane. 7 points is the gap for P2 going into Daytona next week. Monkey Boy's 4th on 219. Kelly moves up to 5th, 4 points clear of Ukbar. Rabbit Joe now 3 points off the back of Ukbar in 7th place. So Rabbit Joe pulling himself into a top 4 battle. Dean down in 8th, and that 3rd retirement, losing 25 points, is going to put him in a top 10 battle with DJ Phil, who is 3 ahead of Bryn. Leon Fernie tied with Bryn for P10. Smithy on the back of them in 12th. Welchie not far back in 13th. Tibbs goes up above Bozzy Boy, and somehow Stealth Sloth is still behind Bozzy. Well, I'm not sure how, but somehow he is. Either way.
Yay.
Either way, you know, that is what it is. Right then, in terms of the teams, SRL Racing Team are your Constructors' Champions. Super Crash Bros are tied with the SFA Acora Racing Team. So they tied together going into Daytona next week. The Porsche is only 11 points behind. So can the Porsche of the Autosport Tour Pros get that top three? Terminal Velocity Racing or fifth, Wakasaki Racing sixth, with Simplay Racing seventh, MC Motorsport down in eighth. We've got the top three, and we'll start with Rabbit Joe. And Joe, a podium I think you didn't expect.
Yeah, no expectations of that podium, but I just kept it driving, kept it on track as much as I could. I saw Monkey Boy go at one point, and it scared me, but it was just like a little love tap that wasn't much front damage, which was lucky. And then, it all just came together.
It did indeed. Third place, that's 3 third places in a row, and obviously we go to your favourite track next week. That bodes well.
Yeah, high confidence from these third places, and next week's track, hopefully internet stays strong. I'm going to put loads of practice into it because I love Daytona, and I really need to bring that race win for myself, and get the 50th Porsche race win. It'd be great to leave Project Cars 2 on that, and yeah.
Yeah, indeed it would then. Joe, well done tonight. Congrats on the third place. Absolutely fantastic from yourself there.
Thank you.
And we move to Argy Bargy now. And Caroline, set to second places. The mini London buses is what Sooty Apex has called it.
Yeah, no, I'll take that going into the night. Obviously, we knew Shane had the superior pace throughout the call for the night. Me and him had a little battle, even though we weren't together. I pulled out a couple of tenths, he pulled it back, he caught up a couple, and I pulled it back. And then I don't know what happened behind, but all of a sudden he disappeared. So, yeah, it's a good old scrapper, they say.
Yeah, good scrap. A good night for yourself as well. Second place. And that runs a form of good podiums this season on tracks very similar to Brands Hatch.
Yeah, I've had a fair few podiums this season. I don't know who've had the most, but like I said, since round 2 when I joined the season, I've just kicked points in private to score as high as I can every race. Unfortunately, like it's the key to many other tracks, it's just be a pair of second places.
Yeah, that seems to be the case this year in the trend. Going into Daytona next week, then, we know the Acura is lacking in top speed, but with no Mercedes on the grid, you've got to feel that you maybe could race the Ginettas, the Audis, the Ferraris a bit easier than normal.
No, I think the Ferrari's got a bit more top end than what we're making out. Again, Porsche's probably have a bit more top end, so I think we're just going to have to try and do what we can in the infield and maybe at the bus stop and just hope for the best throughout the long straight.
What is your expectation next week?
Like I've said every week, I'm just going to score as many points as I can. If it gets me P2, it gets me P2. It's just unfortunate that it's come to the last race and it's one of our weakest tracks.
7 clear of Shane now. Game on?
Yeah, like I said, I'm just going to be aiming to score as many points as I can next week. And what will be, will be.
Well, well done tonight, Kieran. It looks like you've taken the fans, the viewers' driver of the day, so congratulations for that one.
Thank you.
And we go to Max. Max, you said in the chat at the break, you pole position, get through the carnage, win the race. And job done, really.
Yeah, it was a how do you say, difficult day.
Yeah.
It wasn't my best track and didn't got any practice, only 10 minutes in the session. So yeah.
Race 2 though, flawless. Talk us through the advice Dan gave you.
Yeah, I asked him about what I should do better, and he gave me little tips, and that helped me a lot.
He's not bad, is he, for a 6-time champion? I suppose he helps when he's feeling like it. I suppose he'll help every now and again. We're going into this one, obviously, championship wrapped up, constructors left to do. That one's done now, so it is next week all about breaking Fury's record.
Yeah, that's the only thing to do. So I go for the wins.
Before we go on to Daytona, every time you've got near your teammate this season, you've had a little mistake. Talk us through tonight, because you got past, and I said to Liam that I said what happened, and you get through turn 1, and then you end up in the gravel trap. Just talk us through what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but like every time it happens, I didn't make a mistake. Just I think too much speed because I took the other line. But it's so weird that always happens when I lap him.
Next week then, Daytona. What can you do around there?
Yeah, I only go for the wins.
Well, we can't wait to see you next week. Bozzy boy, your driver of the day and your final thoughts.
I was going to say, I have a question for Max.
Okay.
Right, Max, we're obviously going into the final 2 races at Daytona. Does it put any pressure on you for having to do, trying to beat, should I say, Fury's record?
No, if I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. But I will just give it all.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. Bozzy, driver of the day, final thoughts?
Driver at day, I've got to go with Kieran. I actually did put that for the pole as well. I think 2 second places through the night, I think quite consistent and a very well done job.
Indeed, it was. I'm also going to go Kieran Argent, 2 second places, but a good shout out to Rabbit Joe for 2/3, Monkey Boy for 2/4, and Shane and Max, of course, for winning both races. Right. 1 week left. Pro-Am next week. Myself, Dan Davis, will be back. He's no longer Christmas shopping. Hopefully, that me and Dan Davis will be back to take you through the very last Pro-Am race on Project Cars 2. It's coming to an end, as is the season. Everything now is done, unless you're a few drivers battling it out for final positions, or unless you're Max, who's trying to break the record. Don't forget, if Max doesn't win race 1 next week, he can only equal the record. So needs to get a good start at the end of the day. Argent taking a clean sweep for driver of the day. Join Kelly Davis and Clive Smith in the commentary box tomorrow night, 8 p.m. GMT. The pros in action. Overtaker fighting for his championship, which is pretty much only needs his pinky on his second hand to get wrapped around the handle, and then it's his. But can me and Dan reel him in a little bit more? You know where to find out. Where to watch. You know where to find us to watch it. Apologies. Don't forget, hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new. And we'll see you next time. Good night.
Good night.
Getting hype when I aim up. Elevating that game up. Stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate.